How's it going, y'all? How's it going, y'all? Hope all y'all doing well today. Today, I'm going to be chatting just a little bit, and then we're going to be playing some Counter-Strike 2, which as a whole, I am very excited for. I'm not just excited to play some Counter-Strike 2, but I'm also looking forward to chatting and answering any questions that y'all may have as well, I will acknowledge. Overall today, I've had, well, I gotta admit, a pretty good day. Not too much has happened. I've pretty much just been chilling all day, I will acknowledge, but I have had a good day nonetheless, and I have thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I hope all of y'all are having a great day as well. Appreciate y'all stopping by, appreciate y'all tuning in, hope all y'all are having an amazing one. How's it going, Big Barria? How's it going? R3NANNN, how's it going? Excuse me. Charlie Warner, how's it going? Cassin the Assassin, Shawshank Redemption, Ader's Classic, how's it going? Mary Kamikaze Dexis, how's it going? Official JT Money, that's a pretty good name if I do say so myself. After all, I myself am the J Money, baby. So I gotta say, JT Money, now that's a big baller name if I do say so myself. How's it going? Cafotes, how's it going? YoshiTube, hope all y'all doing well. How's it going? Chugs with 3 U's, 2 U's. I was wrong, it's 2 U's, not 3 U's. Let me go ahead and put my glasses on because I need my glasses so I can read chat properly. I will acknowledge my eyesight. It is not the greatest when it comes to reading very small things on a computer screen. Excuse me. Cassin the Assassin, you're saying the feels like is 112 degrees right now in your local area, so you are suffering. That'll do it. I will acknowledge. That will indeed do it. 112 degrees Celsius? Holy crap. That is like that's like boiling water. You're basically living in a pot of pasta water right now. That's pretty crazy. I gotta admit, that's pretty nuts. No, of course I do realize you mean 112 degrees Fahrenheit, which is also very hot, and you could basically fry an egg on the ground at that point. It's not quite that warm in my local area, thankfully, but over the last couple days, it has been pretty warm in my local area and quite humid as well. So it's definitely been weather where I'm like, what can I do in the AC? Where can I go where it's air conditioned? That's been the type of weather that has been going on in my local area these days. And I imagine you're probably feeling just about the same way about your local area as well. You're probably thinking, oh man, I don't want to go outside. I need to stay in the air conditioning all day, and reasonably so, because genuinely, that is the best thing you can do for your health. Like, genuinely, because, going outside in 112 degree weather is just wild, I gotta admit. Not something that I would personally want to do. Chudza, you're asking if I'm going to be drinking anything tonight. I am going to be drinking some stuff. I've got some water with me today. I've also got some Wild Turkey 101 with me today as well, and I'm going to be making a little bit of a whiskey highball in just a couple of minutes, I do think, but I'm not planning on drinking as much as I may do during streams that I have drinking alcohol in the title of. I'm going to be drinking a little bit today, but just a little bit, not too much by any means. I think I'm going to start off with a drink or two, and then after the break, I'll probably get myself another mixer for another drink or two, and that's just about all I'm going to be drinking during the stream today. That is the plan, at least I will acknowledge. Cassin the Assassin, you're saying, yeah, but at least it's a dry heat. I mean, like, I'll acknowledge there is really a huge difference between dry heat and, like, humid heat, between dry heat and wet heat. And in my opinion, dry heat is better than wet heat. I would much rather it be hot and dry than hot and humid, I will acknowledge. Just because the humidity makes everything feel 10 times more bad, I will admit. But dry heat is still heat. It's still hot as hell. And at 112 degrees, I don't think it matters if it's dry heat or wet heat. It's just too damn hot to be outside to begin with. At like 85 degrees, it's like, okay, yeah, dry heat's definitely better than like humid heat kind of thing. Like in my local area, when it comes to like humidity and like whatnot kind of thing, I would say like if it's a mildly humid day, like 75 degrees Fahrenheit is like the perfect smoking weather kind of thing. But if it was 75 degrees and no humidity, then honestly, 75 degrees to me at least would actually feel a little bit cold. I'll acknowledge. But like 85 degrees is like with humidity almost too hot. But if there's no humidity, it's like perfect, I gotta admit. So I do think there is definitely a distinguishable difference between dry heat and wet humid heat. But at 112 degrees, that difference doesn't matter. It's just too dang hot to be outside. Just kind of my personal take, I'll acknowledge. Just kind of my personal take. And you're saying it's actually humid there? Oh, it's actually humid in your local area and it's 112 degrees? Bro, hell nah. Hell nah. No, 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 no. That ain't it. That ain't it. Oh my God. That is crazy. XVenMZ, you're saying it's been storming in your local area a lot. So, as the old timers say, we needed it, and I do agree we do. It has been storming a lot in my local area as well. My local area went through one of the biggest droughts we've had since like 2012. Very recently, like the months of April, May, and June were all very dry. Like there was a little bit of rain here and there, but like literally the water reservoir in my local area went down like 8 feet kind of thing. Like pretty crazy stuff, I'll admit. 8 feet drop in water supply is pretty nuts for my local area because usually during the summer we're getting a lot of rain. The water reservoir is now filling up again because it has been thunderstorming just about every single day. It's been thunderstorming like every night, I'll acknowledge. And while it hasn't been pleasant because I can't go outside and have a cigarette, not in the rain when it's raining. It has, on the other hand, been really nice because the thunderstorms have been cooling down our nights, but at the same time making them more humid. But also now we have water in, so the greenery is becoming more green again. So it's kind of a benefit and loss scenario. There's some benefits, there's some loss, but overall I do suppose it's probably better to get some rain than not because I like having water to take a shower and to drink, and to cook pasta with, and everything like that kind of thing. So, you know, being in a massive drought and having to really be careful with the water, it ain't the biggest ball of move, I'll acknowledge. Being able to use as much water as I want, now that's what I call a big ball of move. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yo, appreciate the $10 dono. Mr. Jackson, appreciate the $10 dono, my man. You're saying, what's up, bro? Love your stuff. Internship just paid me, so here's my tax for your smoking pleasure. I am the tax man. I am the IRS. Go ahead. You gotta pay the cigarette tax. You gotta pay the cigarette toll to get those packs. Just kidding. Just kidding. Use your money responsibly how you want to use it. If you want to spend your money on cigarettes, buy your cigarettes. If you want to use your money to buy your alcohol, buy your alcohol. No toll necessary, but do make sure to pay the IRS because they will come at you and they will fine you. They won't just toll you, they will fine you if you don't pay your yearly taxly toll. Be warned of the IRS. But I am the cigarette tax man. Just kidding. Just kidding. Appreciate the $10 dono. Mr. Jackson, appreciate the support, my man. Hope your internship is treating you well. Hope you're having a good internship session and everything like that this summer. And hope you're having a great day as a whole. And happy to hear that you're making some money from your internship, you know? A lot of internships are like, all right, we're going to give you the full responsibility of an actual tenured employee, but not pay you. That's what a lot of internships be doing. And frankly put, that's just free labor. Now, for me, I don't like free labor. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. I don't like free labor when it comes to people not paying me. But I love free labor when it comes to me not paying other people. I love free labor. I love free labor and not paying people because I want more money for me and my cigarette addiction. But I understand why the companies don't want to be paying their interns that they're giving the same responsibility as tenured employees. I totally understand why they don't want to pay them. But as somebody who, likes to get paid. I do want to get paid kind of thing. So I am very glad to hear that you are getting paid from your internship, Mr. Jackson. I'm very glad to hear that you're making some bank from the internship, getting some money for the cigarette fund. And I appreciate the dono, my man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the support. And appreciate the Prime sub as well. Mr. Friendly Chegg. Appreciate the Prime sub, my man. Hope you're enjoying live stream. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate the support. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And appreciate the 100 bits as well. Mr. Prongle, you're saying, here's my cigarette tax for the night. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Cigarette tax, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. That will go right into the cigarette fund. I will have to use your dono to help buy a new pack of American Spirit Blacks. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the 100 bits, Mr. Prongle. You're saying going out for your pre-sleep cigarette. I feel that. I feel that. Like an hour before I go to bed, I'm like, all right, I want my cigarette before I go to bed, before I take a shower, before I watch like an episode or anime or two, before going to bed. What do I have? I have my pre-sleep cigarette. Only the big ball of moves. Only the biggest ball of moves, to say that correctly kind of thing. Not just a big ball of move, one of the biggest ball of moves. Appreciate the 100 bits, Mr. Prongle. And appreciate the clap redeem, Mr. Cassin the Assassin. Yo! Clap redeem, that's like how many channel points? How many channel points is a clap redeem? I always forget how many channel points a clap redeem is. What did I set it to? What did I set? I set it to 10,000 channel points. I don't know how many channel points you get from watching, like, let's say, for an example, an hour of a live stream. But what I do know is that 10,000 channel points is a lot of points. And so as such, I gotta clap to that, baby. I gotta clap to that. Congratulations for the clap redeem, Mr. Cassin the Assassin. Let's go ahead, do the clap redeem, baby. It's one singular clap, no more, no less. One singular clap. Clap redeem in 3, 2, 1. That was a pretty good clap. I'm not gonna lie. That was actually a very satisfying clap. Hope you enjoyed the... I think I need some alcohol. Hope you enjoyed the clap redeem, Mr. Cassin the Assassin. Appreciate the support, my man. Appreciate your continued viewership. And appreciate the redeem. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, how's it going? Please understand. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will have to mute one individual for spamming in YouTube chat. Just gonna have to put you in timeout for a minute there. Just don't be spamming in YouTube chat. Just keep it nice, keep it kind. No politics, no spamming, no toxicity. Don't want to see any of that in chat. Just trying to have a good time, trying to have a fun time. Don't be needing no spam, no politics, nothing like that kind of thing. So just keep it all nice and friendly in chat. Please, I'd appreciate it. So just keep the spam down and everything like that kind of thing. But appreciate stopping by nonetheless. Good vibes only, as you said, Matt TMFG. Good vibes only. Indeed, indeed. I can agree with that. Hey, good day to you as well, Mr. Ali Martinez. Hope you're doing well. What are y'all thinking? Go ahead and get the first drink of the stream mixed up. It's pretty tempting to. Think I'm going to have some Wild Turkey 101 whiskey highballs today. Let's see if I can go and get the lid off and go and pour myself a little bit in my Crown Royal glass that I have right here. And let's go ahead. What am I thinking? That should be pretty good for my first whiskey highball of the stream. So I think I'm gonna go with that. I think I'm gonna go with that. And yeah, mix myself up a little bit of a whiskey highball made with some lemon flavored carbonated water from Wegmans. Crack that open. Whew, nice crisp open, no complaints. Go and fill up my glass. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There we go. First drink of the stream made, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Michael6004, you're saying that glass is preem? I agree. This glass is pretty fire. It is a very premium glass, if I do say so myself. Got it for, I think, $1 at the thrift store. I love my thrift store glasses. I'll acknowledge, like, they're just banger. There's so many good glasses at the thrift shop. I'm like, why would I go to Walmart and buy glasses when I can go to the thrift shop kind of thing? Gotta be doing it, you know what I'm saying? Gotta be doing it. The only place I've ever been where I genuinely believe not going to the thrift shop is a better move than going to the thrift shop when it comes to buying glassware and glasses and cups to drink out of is Brazil. And the reason why I believe going to the normal store to buy glasses in Brazil is a better idea than going to the thrift shop is because the store will absolutely, with 100% certainty, have the Copo Americano glasses, which are super interesting, and I think the history and cultural significance of the Copo Americano is just super cool. I will acknowledge it's a really, really, really interesting thing. I kind of want to talk about the Copo Americano, just a little bit kind of thing. It's a really interesting thing that I learned about really recently. Let me take off my sweater real quick because I'm feeling a bit warm. I was feeling a bit cold before the stream, but now I'm feeling a bit warm. So let me take off my sweater real quick and put it down on the ground next to me. So for context, just in case y'all don't know, what is a Copo Americano? Well, I'll show you guys a photo in just a moment, but the Copo Americano is the glass of Brazil. It is the drinking cup of Brazil, and it is an icon of Brazilian culture and history. I think it was first brought around in the 1940s. And the reason why it's called the Copo Americano is apparently because the machinery used to make the glasses was brought over from the United States. And then they started production of those glasses in Brazil, where they very quickly became an icon of Brazilian restaurants, Brazilian cafes, and anything really can be drank out of them, from cachaça, from other liquors, to coffee, to milk, to chocolate milk, to tea. Everything is drank out of the Copo Americano, and it's just a very interesting cultural icon that I didn't even know existed until just a couple days ago when I posted my first video on Brazilian liquor over on Jacob Jones Money. I got a couple comments on that video that were letting me know that I was drinking the cachaça that I had during that video out of the exact right glass, and that glass was called the Copo Americano. And I was like, wait, I've got to do some research, because I bought the glass that I featured in that video at a big box store in Brazil because it was $2 USD, and I wanted a small glass to drink some liquor out of for my liquor reviews I was doing in Brazil. And I didn't know the significance of the Copo Americano when I purchased it. I just liked the look of the glass, I liked the price, and I ended up purchasing it for those two reasons. But then looking into it, there's a whole Wikipedia page. It's really cool. Okay, let me go ahead and open up. The Copo Americano Wikipedia page, because it is really cool. Copo Americano. Let's go and open it up. So this is the Copo Americano right here. And there is a whole Wikipedia page about it. Yes, it was first brought around in 1947 by the, and I may say this wrong, Nadir Figueiredo Company? I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that pronunciation, but that's the company that introduced the Copo Americano into Brazil. Copo Americano, of course, is a Portuguese phrase. In English, it means American glass or American cup. And it is a model of drinking glass that was developed by the company I previously mentioned. And it is generally considered to be the most common item of glassware in Brazil, with over 6 million units having been produced since its creation. 6 billion, billion with a B. That's huge. That is insane. 6 billion, that's like only 3 billion under how many people are alive in the entire world. There's almost a singular Copo Americano for everyone that lives in the entire world, which is pretty crazy. And it's used in casual restaurants and bars in the country. You can drink beer out of it as well. That's another very common usage of the Copo Americano. Here's a photo of one. This is what it looks like with a little bit of a logo on the side right here. And then we see the other Copo Americanos, one close up and one over here as well. And this is very much what my personal Copo Americano that I purchased while in Brazil looks like. And one of the really interesting things I found about the Copo Americano as well, one, the history, which we'll be covering in just a moment, but two, I thought it was really interesting how it's also considered a standard unit of measurement in Brazilian recipes, as well as we can see right here, which is really cool in my personal opinion. I think it's really interesting that it's used as a standard unit of measurement for some Brazilian recipes. And let's go ahead and open up the Portuguese Wikipedia, because that Wikipedia page actually has a lot more context about the Copo Americano than the American Wikipedia does. There we go. Copo Americano. Here we go. So I do need to translate this because I do not speak nor read Portuguese, I will acknowledge. But yes, here's the Portuguese Wikipedia page about the Copo Americano. And we can see that the history of it, of course, first introduced in 1947, as said, initially manufactured in Sao Paulo, and the design is generally attributed to, and here's something that's really interesting, the design of the glass is generally attributed to a Soviet glass, a Soviet faceted glass, which is this glass right here. So this glass is generally attributed as being the inspiration for the design of the Copo Americano. Now, according to Wikipedia, there's no documents or anything like that to prove that it actually was based on that design, and that the sculptor, Vera Mukina, this lady right here, very notable individual. Let me, yes, she did this. This is a super iconic Soviet piece of sculpture. I'm sure a lot of y'all recognize this statue right here. Very, very, very iconic. Very notable artist from the Soviet Union. So she was working in a glass factory, I think at the time, later on in her life. And I believe she had a part to play in the design of this glass right here, if I remember correctly. And she is generally attributed as being one of the inspirations for the Copo Americano, which is what we're discussing right now. But there's no proof to actually say that that was actually the case. Really, really, really cool nonetheless, though, in my personal opinion. And there's also some controversy, apparently, within Brazil over the name Copo Americano to begin with as well. Apparently, there is an area of Brazil that doesn't call the Copo Americano the Copo Americano. It instead calls the Copo Americano the Copo Lagoinha? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is an area of Brazil where the cup is especially iconic. And so it's called this name rather than the Copo Americano in that area. And so there's actually been movements to change the name from Copo Americano to the Lagoinha, or Copo Lagoinha, which I find very, very, very interesting as well. And one of the other amusing things is that apparently the Copo Americano is actually used as a measuring cup for laundry detergent. Now, I don't know if this is actually true or not, but I'm just imagining you buy a bottle of laundry detergent at the store, and then on the back of the bottle it just says, just fill up an entire Copo Americano and just put it in the washing machine kind of thing. That's what I'm imagining they mean by measuring cup for laundry detergent. I don't know if that's actually the case, but if that is actually the case, that is actually super cool, because that means that the Copo Americano is just that standard within Brazil, where it has become ubiquitous for everything, which is really, really, really cool to me. Now, one of the things I was trying to think about after I learned about the Copo Americano is, what would the Copo Americano of the United States be, kind of thing. I was like, what would our iconic glassware be? And this line of thought was kind of brought in by this section of the Wikipedia page. Because in 2009, the Modern Museum of Art in New York City had a showcase of Brazil and Brazil's history and different pieces of art from Brazil. And they exhibited the Copo Americano as being a significant piece of Brazilian design, which I find really interesting. And I was like, wow, the MoMA Art Museum showcased the Copo Americano. That's just crazy kind of thing. And so this really kind of tried to make me think. I really started thinking after learning about this, what would the American Cup of the United States actually be? And I actually gave a lot of thought to this. I was trying to think what the most iconic United States of America glassware would be. And this is a point where if you guys would like to participate and give me recommendations as to what the most iconic American piece of glassware is, the most iconic United States glassware is, let me know what you guys think it is. I have two answers at hand, though. Answer number one, and this isn't really glassware, but it's very iconic drinkware. Of course, Red Solo Cup. I think the Red Solo Cup has a pretty decent argument for being the iconic United States Copo Americano version kind of thing. The Copo Americano of the United States. Another glass that I think has a really good argument are the red Pizza Hut cups, or like the pizza, like the red cups and stuff like that, like these. I think this has another very fair argument for being one of the most iconic pieces of United States drinkware ever. But neither of these are ubiquitous enough where it's used in cooking recipes, where it's used as a standard unit of measurement, where it's used for laundry detergent as a standard unit of measurement for laundry detergent kind of thing. None of these are that iconic. So what do you guys think? What is the Copo Americano? What is the most iconic piece of glassware from the United States? And if you guys aren't from the United States, I want to know what the Copo Americano of your country is. Of course, if you guys are from Russia, I figure the faceted glass, like this one right here, might be your answer. And I assume the answer may be the same if you're from a post-Soviet country or something of the like. But I'm curious to know y'all's answers nonetheless. What is the most iconic piece of glassware from your personal country, whether it be the United States, Canada, Mexico, Poland, England? Let me know. Let me know. I'm hearing some folks in chat say, for the United States, the two that I mentioned are what came to mind. The Red Solo Cup and the Red Pizza Hut cups are what came to mind. You're saying, welcome, Ramiel. You're saying in France, the tiny Duralex cup with the numbers on it is the bottom. Or, sorry, you're saying, I think in France, the tiny Duralex cup with the numbers is on the bottom of the cup. So you're saying, okay, if I'm understanding correctly, you're saying the Duralex cup would be the Copo Americano of France. And I did do a little bit of research on what the most iconic glassware of countries around the world would be. I didn't really find a lot of information, but France did pop up with the Duralex cup. Let's go ahead. Duralex cup, France. Here we go. And so this is what the Copo Americano of France would be from what I've heard. Everything I've heard leads me to believe that this is France's most iconic piece of glassware. And we can definitely see some similarities and differences between the Copo Americano in Brazil versus the Duralex cup. There's some facets on the side. There's some edges on the side. The top of it, though, is smooth for your lips, but this one, it bows out just a little bit kind of thing. There's a little bit of bowing, and it's a little bit more differently shaped. This is a little bit more straight up and down kind of thing. This one has some curves to it. So it's got a different, unique design, in my personal opinion. But, yeah, no, I would have to say for France, everything I've heard leads me to believe that this is the iconic glassware of France. Although I do think for France, you could probably also argue just any wine glass, in all honesty, as well. It's France after all. Other countries around the world. I'm hearing more people say red Solo cup for United States. I'm hearing more people say red Pizza Hut cup for the United States. What about other countries? Let's take a look through chat. Zico dos Italianos, you're saying in Portugal, I can't even answer that. I think it's just a generic one. Understandable. And I feel like that really is the answer for a lot of countries around the world, I will acknowledge. Sheldon, you're saying bending the rules here, but in England, the most iconic drinks item is the JD Sports mug. Let's go ahead and look that up. JD Sports mug. I feel like for England, a pint glass might just be like also like the most iconic, like at least pub cup kind of thing. It's a pint kind of thing. JD Sports mug. Let's take a look. JD Sports mug. Sport mug? This isn't really telling me anything. England. This also still isn't telling me anything. I don't think this is quite what you meant. I'll admit. Let's take a look. Yeah, JD Sports mug. I'm not exactly sure. Sports Direct. Okay, so this is it. This is it. I don't know. I, of course, am not from England, but I have never, ever seen a JD Sports mug ever. So very interesting to hear. Very interesting to hear that this is what you might consider to be the most iconic glassware or drinkware of England. Very interesting to hear. As a Brit, the Sports Direct mug is bigger than your future. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But very interesting. In England, they used to give them out whenever you bought an item there. Almost every house has one. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I see what you guys are talking about now. I understand why the JD Sports mug might be considered to be the most iconic glassware of England now. Very, very, very interesting to hear. Very cool. Okay. All right. That's pretty neat. Zico, you're saying in Portugal, it's the Super Bock Finos glass. Let's look this up. Super Bock Finos glass for Portugal. Let's take a look. So it would be, this glass right here. Okay. Makes sense. I'm trying to get a bigger image. This isn't really working very well. There's a bigger image, maybe. Okay. All right. Interesting. Huh. All right. So Super Bock beer glass, basically, is what I'm hearing. Okay. Interesting to hear. Very cool. German boot glass is a classic. That is a very classic glass, I will acknowledge. That is a very iconic piece of glassware, without a doubt. My question is, are those boot glasses actually used in Germany, or is it just stereotypical German, but it's not actually used in Germany, and it's just like the Americanized version of what we think people drink out of in Germany, kind of thing? Like, I don't know. Like, do people in Germany really eat bratwurst and wear lederhosen all the time? I don't think they do, if I had to hazard a guess, but definitely sometimes, like during Oktoberfest and stuff, I've heard people in Germany do. Is the boot glass the same thing? It's Bavarian, so the boot glass would be very Bavarian kind of thing. But maybe not entirely German by any means. Okay. Excuse me. Jesus, you're saying fast food, clear plastic cups for Puerto Rico, at least in your house? Makes sense. I'm thinking like, oh man, what's the name? Clear Pizza Hut cup. So something like, what's the company that makes it? Pizza Hut cup brand, because they do make clear cups as one. I own one. I bought it in Japan. It was really awesome. Yeah, it was was it Carlisle? I don't know if it was Carlisle. Was it Carlisle? Oh, I'm trying to remember what the... I'm trying to remember what the... Carlisle Cup. Here we go. Yeah, something like this kind of thing. Carlisle Food Service. Something like that, maybe? I'm not exactly sure. I do own one of these cups. I bought it. In fact, I actually own two of these cups. I own one big one, one small one. I own one that's about the same size as the Copo Americano and another one that is a little bit bigger, kind of thing, I will acknowledge. So I'm thinking maybe this is what you meant. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe you meant disposable cups. I'm not exactly sure. But this is definitely a top contender for a lot of places as well, because this is just such an iconic glass, I will admit. I'm just looking through chat real quick. Let me go ahead and just take a look. Please understand, you're saying, I feel like the Hydro Flask style of bottle is a top contender for most ubiquitous American drinkware. I disagree. I think in modern years, yes, the Stanley Cup and the Stanley Thermos. Well, actually, I would say the Stanley Thermos, just in lieu of iconic American foodware in general. Like the Stanley Thermos is super iconic, but the Stanley like mug, the giant mug kind of thing, along with the Hydro Flask style bottles, I don't actually think, personally speaking, that they are like ubiquitous American drinkware. I think give it like 40 years, and if they're still around, then it'll be ubiquitous. But those have only really been around for like 10 years. I can't call it ubiquitous when it's only been around for 10 years, kind of thing, I'll acknowledge. In my opinion, Hydro Flasks and the Stanley Cups and stuff like that kind of thing, kind of a fad. I don't know. In my opinion, kind of a fad. Like, there's a new metal, trendy bottle company that opens up every week kind of thing. There's a new metal mug every week from a new brand kind of thing. It's one of those trends that really a lot of companies tend to ride on. And I would have to say Stanley with their mug, and I would have to say that Hydro Flask with their bottles are no different in my personal opinion. So I would call that more of a trend rather than actually truly ubiquitous, but nonetheless, I do think that is something that is absolutely worth mentioning. IRL Veracirket, you're saying it depends, but I'd say the Pacific Northwest has mason jars as the most ubiquitous. It's a regional thing, IML. No, I think you're absolutely right. I think mason jars are a really good argument for being the, like, one of the most iconic pieces of American drinkware kind of thing. I mean, like, there's a reason why literal American-themed restaurants in Japan and other countries have all of their patrons drink out of mason jars. And do I have literally a mason jar that originally had stuff in it and now I've been drinking out of it for the last couple years in my cupboard? Yes, I literally do. I drink out of a mason jar like literally more than once a week, genuinely. I would definitely have to say a mason jar is another really good choice for a super ubiquitous American piece of glassware. Like, not designed to be a glass to drink out of, but specifically like this size. Well, not this size. The I would say like this, or I would say like this one literally has a handle kind of thing. This one literally has a handle. It's literally meant to be drank out of. But yeah, I would say like the smaller glasses like this kind of thing, along with like this one and this one as well. These are definitely like iconic pieces of like American drinkware to some degree, in my personal opinion, even if you're not really meant to drink out of them, or at least weren't meant to drink out of them from the get-go. And I think these actually have a really, holy crap, I personally think the mason jar quite possibly has the strongest argument for being the most, for being the American contender to, for being the United States contender to the Copo Americano, because mason jars are literally a standard unit of measurement in of themselves. There are recipes where if you're like canning fruit and stuff, they're like, get yourself a 16 fluid ounce mason jar and put this much fruit in, put this much sugar in, and can it up and leave it there kind of thing. There's literally recipes for that kind of thing. There's multiple uses for mason jars. You can use it for as like a painting cup. You can use it to store tobacco. I use mason jars to store tobacco. I have shit tons of tobacco in mason jars. You can use them to drink out of. They're iconic in the way that there's actually some like restaurants in the United States, of course, that are like, we're going to serve all of our customers with mason jars kind of thing because we want to look like we are American kind of thing. And there's American restaurants outside of America which serve all of their customers' drinks in mason jars. I think mason jars actually have one of the strongest arguments for being the United States Copo Americano. I don't think it's fair to say that it's the only contender, because it's definitely not, but they definitely do have a very strong argument for them. Very, very, very good point there. That's a super good point. And as you said, welcome Ramiel as well. You're saying that mason jars have so many cheap copies, definitely a good indicator of popularity. Absolutely. Absolutely. Granted, the same exact thing can also be said about red Solo cups, and about the Pizza Hut cups / Carlisle cups as well. There's a lot of companies that make this style of cup right here. But mason jars are the exact thing, are the exact same. There are just so many of them. And there's so many different versions from different companies. Wow, yeah, no. You're absolutely right. Yeah, no, I think for me right now, the top 3 contenders for like the American, the United States version of the Copo Americano. Mason jars, I would have to say red Solo cups, and definitely like red Pizza Hut cups / just the standard Carlisle plastic cup that you can also find in like Pizza Hut restaurants, colored red, and everything like that kind of thing as well. Excuse me, just had a little bit of a burp. But no, that is a very, very, very good point as well. I saw one person mention in Bosnia / the Balkans, it's got to be this kind of cup. I don't know how to pronounce that in any way, shape, or form, so I'm not going to try right now. But you're saying it's used to serve and take shots of homemade brandy. You got to try some. It's the strongest stuff you will ever have, I promise. I do need to visit Bosnia and the Balkans. And whenever I am there, I will have to try some brandy. Let's take a look at what this glass looks like. Okay. So do you drink out of this glass? Okay, to take shots. So this is for shotting. Okay, so this is not like a sipping glass or anything. This is for shotting. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I don't know anything about the context of what this glass is or anything like that. But very interesting to learn. Okay, very cool. Very, very, very cool. These look like little potion jars to me. I love them. They're so cute. Yeah, okay. Very cool. Very cool. Another comment that is being mentioned by Mary Kamikaze is saying that the mason jars remind them of moonshine. And I think this is another... Actually, the more I think about it, the more I think that the American glass of the United States is the mason jar. Because, yeah, it's so ubiquitous and has been for so long. I mean, like, bootlegging, super American. NASCAR, super American kind of thing. And what does NASCAR have its roots in? Bootlegging, baby! One of the most American things of all time. Canning your peaches and everything like that. My grandparents canned hella stuff kind of thing. You drink out of it, you find it in restaurants. It has its roots in like being a pantry staple, has its roots in reusability and sustainability, has its roots in literal bootlegging, which was the start of NASCAR, one of the most American things of all time. No, the more I think about it, the more I think that the mason jar, while it might not be the drinkware that really pops into your mind at first as being the most iconic piece of American glassware, I think there is a much stronger argument than not for mason jars being the iconic American glass of the United States. I mean, like, yeah, red Solo cups and red Pizza Hut cups are super iconic, but realistically speaking, this has only been a thing since the 1980s kind of thing. Realistically speaking, red Solo cups, when did these really become a thing? 80s or 90s? At the earliest kind of thing? I mean, like, mason jars, they've been around for over 100 years, probably. I mean, like, let's look at the Wikipedia page. There's got to be a Wikipedia page for mason jars, right? When did these first come around? 1858. 1858. Holy crap. No, yeah, no. This has got to be the number one, honestly. Holy crap. Wow. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I really, and there's even a holiday. There's National Mason Jar Day. There's National Mason Jar Day. I mean, like, yeah, no, I think there really is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say the United States most iconic piece of glassware ever, whether it be for drinking, whether it be for many different uses, I think it's got to be the mason jar, without a doubt. The United States version of the Copo Americano is the mason jar. That's got to be the number one choice. I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts at all. It is the mason jar. Number two, I would say, is probably the red Solo cup. Number two is probably the red Solo cup. It's so ubiquitous. And number three is probably the red Pizza Hut cup, in my personal opinion. But yeah, number one most iconic piece of glassware in the United States. I think you guys are right. I didn't even consider the mason jar at first, but y'all are completely right. Mason jar, number one. Number two, red Solo cup. Number three is the iconic Carlisle-made Pizza Hut cup. Yeah, that is really, really, really interesting. Really, really, really cool. Okay. Wow. That's really neat. I would have never come to this conclusion if it wasn't thanks to what you guys said. So thank you very much to all of y'all for giving me some input in this line of thinking. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Very cool. I am seeing one individual mention a specific type of glass in chat with the numbers and everything. So let's go ahead and look this up. It's called the Rego C688-07. What is this? What is this? I have never seen these before. What country would this be the most iconic in? First thing on the podium. I'm looking for what you're saying. Nostalgic American Canadian diner truck stop restaurant as a kid in the 1990s. Okay. All right. Makes sense. Makes sense. I see what you mean with that. That's pretty cool. I have never seen these personally, but this is a beautiful piece of glassware. This is a beautiful mug. I'd love to have some of these in my home, frankly put. And I think along this same line of thinking, I think we could say Waffle House mug. I think we could say Waffle House mug. Like, genuinely. I think the Waffle House mug is a pretty good contender for being one of the most iconic pieces of American glassware. Maybe not across the entirety of the United States, but at least in the Southeast. Because that's mainly where Waffle House is. And I mean, like, as a kid, like, you remembered growing up with the Rego C688-07. I remember growing up with the Waffle House coffee cup. That's what I remember growing up with at, like, diners and stuff like that kind of thing. Because as a kid, my family was always going to Waffle House. We were getting waffles, we were getting bacons, we were getting the hash browns. Oh my God, they bang. We got the bacon, you know what I'm saying? I remember the Waffle House coffee cup. That is what I remember. So I think these definitely do have an argument for the Southeast United States, at least, as being something that is very iconic. And same with the Rego Cup, maybe for more like maybe the north of the United States and Canada and Canada as well. Not Canada, Canada. Although now I should just say Canada. Just to fuck with Canadians. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, these as well, I definitely have to say. One person is saying I need to look up vintage Fostoria glassware. Let's take a look. Oh, yes, I actually have some ashtrays in this style. Kind of. Yeah, no, I have some ashtrays in this style. Do I have one? Oh, man, where's my closest ashtray that I have in this style? It's like over there. It's kind of got stuff in it right now. I have one in this style right here. Yeah, I have one literally right here. Cool. See, I literally have an, excuse the dust, it's a bit dusty, but I literally have an ashtray in this style. I own a lot of ashtrays. I collect ashtrays. And so I literally own an ashtray in the Fostoria American Cubist style. I think is probably the right way of describing this ashtray right here. I've just got lighters and a little Tommy car in it, a little Japanese crown taxi. But that's really cool. I didn't know what the style of this ashtray was. I was just like, oh wow, this is like very like 1970s in my personal opinion kind of thing. I didn't know that this actually had a name to the style. That is really, really, really cool. That is super neat. Thank you so much for the information, man. Thank you so much for the information. That is really cool. Wow, that's super neat. Oh, man, that's awesome. That's really, really, really cool. Here in Brazil, it would be the equivalent to the cup you picked up at Beto Carreira World. Just seeing which specific cup. World Cup. Drinking glass. Ah, I see, I see. So this is like a little beer cup or something like that kind of thing. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I see the comparison. So you're comparing the like Beto Carreira World Cup to like the Waffle House mug or something like that kind of thing. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Not something that's truly ubiquitous and used as a standard unit of measurement like the Copo Americano or like the Mason jar or Red Solo cup by any means, but something that is still very iconic nonetheless. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Very cool. Very cool. I'm learning so much about glassware around the world right now, and I'm loving it. This is just a super cool niche topic in my personal opinion, and I'm just having a great time talking about it. Of course, I gotta admit, I think another really iconic piece of glassware, at least in the United States, is the standard Crown Royal glass, which I have with me today. I think the standard Crown Royal glass with the little tiny facets and dimples down here and everything like that, I think this is another very iconic piece of glassware. Iconic to Crown Royal enthusiasts in specific. I'm not even a Crown Royal enthusiast. I've never drank Crown Royal before. But iconic nonetheless. Jacob, keep every tab open, Jones. You don't want to look. You don't want to look at my personal Chrome. I have like over 50 tabs open. I'm not going to lie. I just want to keep all the tabs open right now, though, just so I can flip back to any of the cups if I want to, so I don't have to search them up again. But this will be getting closed so I don't cause lag to CS2 once we start playing some CS2 a little bit later. Please understand, you're saying technically Lego still makes ashtrays if you design and build it yourself. You're absolutely right, and I have a video up on that topic. I don't know if you've seen that video, but I do have a video up where I built my own Lego ashtray and tested it. Highly recommend that video. It's up on Jacob fucking Jones. It's a great video. Highly recommend it, and I need to do another video like that, in all honesty. I need to do another video where I make my own ashtray and stuff and make like a really unique design or something like that. But yeah, no, if you make your own Lego ashtray out of Legos, I mean, like, Lego technically does still make ashtrays because you made your own ashtray out of Legos. Only the biggest baller moves. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm seeing another comment from Life of Bird saying 6616-1-A BPA free stackable restaurant style tumblers. I'm thinking this is the Carlisle style cup, maybe. Ah, yes, this is the Carlisle style cup. This is the Pizza Hut cup that I mentioned right here and right here. These are as well super iconic, I will acknowledge. I own a few of these. Some of the greatest cups ever made. I love these cups. Love drinking out of them. Love drinking alcohol out of them. Love just having them in general kind of thing. They're affordable. They're durable. They're amazing. And they look super cool. And they have that like little retro finish to them now these days with the nostalgia around Pizza Hut, especially with the red cups. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Very cool stuff in my personal opinion. Yeah, no, these are awesome. These are super cool. I really do like these. I really do like these. Any other cups that I'm seeing? Check out the Kilner jar. Kilner jar. Okay. So kind of in the same vein as like mason jars. Kind of in the same vein as mason jars, which we have already covered. Okay. All right. Very cool. Very cool. Let's take a look. Stella Artois pint. Oh, sorry. I said that wrong. Stella Artosis pint. or pint is superb. That is true. I feel like, of course, the Guinness pint like glass, super iconic as well. Maybe that's like the at least stereotypically iconic glass of Ireland. Maybe, I'm not exactly sure. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Big gulp / double gulp cup. True. That is a very good point. The mason jar will live on when our grandchildren have great-grandchildren. No, seriously. Yeah, the mason jar is forever. And I think that's really why the mason jar is the most iconic piece of American glassware ever made. You can drink out of it. You can store food in it. You can use it for tobacco. You can use it as a painting jar. They're cheap enough where you can just use it as a paint water jar, whatever kind of thing. You get them at the thrift shop. You get them at the store. You get them everywhere kind of thing. There's numerous knockoffs from the original. In fact, the Ball mason jars are a knockoff of the original mason jar kind of thing. The original thing doesn't even exist anymore. So, yeah, no, I mean, like, I think these are absolutely, the mason-style jar is the most iconic American piece of glassware. If you guys disagree, let me know. But, yeah, that's kind of my take. And I just realized I missed a dono from 40 minutes ago. Have we been talking about glassware for 40 minutes? Holy crap, I've been having an amazing... Holy crap, we have! Oh my god. Yo, this is a great discussion point. I love talking about this sort of stuff. It's just super cool. Thank you so much for the dono, Mr. Hyde. You're saying, love the videos, man. Hey, appreciate the support. Appreciate the $1.25 dono, my man. Appreciate the support, my man. Appreciate the dono, Mr. Hyde. Apologies for Mr. Dono for 40 minutes. That is my bad. And thank you so much as well for the dono, Mr. Gus09. Appreciate the $4.20 cent, my man. You're saying, hey, Jacob, just passing by. I have an anime recommendation for you. It's called Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. Look into the daily life of a Japanese worker and his moments in life. Features cigarette smoking scenes. In fact, I have actually been watching that anime this season, and I gotta admit, it's fantastic. It's a great anime, and one that I have thoroughly enjoyed. I've already watched all of the mini episodes. Now that the full episodes are releasing, I'm also watching the full episodes, and I'm really enjoying the show. Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You was a show that I was looking forward to a lot coming up this season, and it's a show that I'm very glad is being made, and it's a show that I am very glad to be watching, and I am very much enjoying watching. Appreciate the recommendation, my man, and appreciate the dono, Mr. Gus09. Appreciate the $4.20 cent, my man. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. But... any other glasses? If y'all are not from the United States, what is the most iconic cup or piece of glassware from your country? Very curious to know. Artosis is in fact the correct pronunciation. It is. Libby Gibraltar Duratuff juice glasses. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. And not accidentally mute chatter. Let's not do that. There we go. Let's take a look at these glasses. Okay, no, this is another good argument, I do think, as well. I'll acknowledge, though, at least in the United States, like, yes, you can find these, but you don't really see them in restaurants. Like, you can find them. You see them at, like, thrift stores and stuff like that kind of thing. And you see this specific style of cup at, like, bars a lot and whatnot kind of thing. But, like, this style or, like, this smaller style kind of thing, I don't know, you don't really see it a lot kind of thing. Definitely iconic in my opinion, but not iconic to that, like, degree of being ubiquitous, I would say. I don't know. Just kind of what I'm thinking. Grandma's house type cup, vacation rental house type cup. I agree, but also like amazing cup kind of thing. In France, you actually see them in cafes. So, different glass. So, the French version of this, so this looks a lot like the Duralex cup, which looks a lot like the Copo Americano from Brazil. So this... and then there's this, And then there's this. There's definitely a lot of similarities in design. They all have facets, but they're all slightly different. So this is what you see from what I've heard in French cafes. Maybe they also use these as well. Maybe in France they also use these as well. But this is what I've heard is the iconic French glass. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I could be wrong. I'm not a cup connoisseur. I'm not a cup expert by any means, I will acknowledge. Glass lore. No, genuinely, really interesting glass lore. The cup connoisseurs are up to date. Not for real. For real. What the fuck are you on cups about? So basically, I learned a couple days ago about the Copo Americano, which is the most iconic and culturally and historically significant piece of glassware within Brazil. It's so iconic, it's so culturally significant that it has its own Wikipedia page. And the history and cultural significance of the Copo Americano is really interesting. And so I got to thinking, what is the Copo Americano of the United States, of other countries around the world? And we have determined so far that within Brazil, of course, the Copo Americano is the most iconic cup. In France, it's probably the Duralex tempered glass. In, let's say, England, it may be the JD sports drink mug. That may be the choice for the UK. In Portugal, it may very well be one of these right here. In the United States, I think we've determined that the most iconic piece of glassware ever, of all time, is the mason jar, with number 2 being the red Solo cup. That's not a red Solo cup. This is a red Solo cup. And number 3 being the Carlisle cup / Pizza Hut cup. And we've looked at some other glassware as well. Waffle House mug, of course, iconic, but not ubiquitous to the same degree that the Copo Americano is in Brazil, so I don't think we can really consider it to be the United States version of the Copo Americano, whereas the mason jar is just that ubiquitous. I mean, like, who doesn't own a mason jar kind of thing? And I think that's really a good way of putting it. If there's a type of glass that everybody owns in your country, I think there's a very solid argument to say that that is the Copo Americano of your country kind of thing. Mary Kamikaze, you're asking if I bought an American cup. I did. I did indeed purchase a Copo Americano while in Brazil. And I brought it back to the United States with me. So I have it right downstairs. I think I put it in the dishwasher yesterday, so it should be in the cupboard. So yeah, it's in my cupboard of cups downstairs with my Carlisle cups and other cups, including a mason jar. So yeah, no, I would say yes, I did buy a Copo Americano, an American glass, an American cup within Brazil. I did drink out of it multiple times while there, and I did bring it back to the United States with me. And I'm very glad that I did, because it was a very good souvenir that I did not realize the significance of until I posted a video featuring it, I will acknowledge. And during my stay in Brazil, or after my stay in Brazil, was I able to bring anything back to the United States with me? Yes, I was. I brought the Copo Americano back. I also brought a couple packs of smokes with me. No alcohol, sadly. I wasn't able to fit any in the bags, and honestly, even if I had been able to, I wouldn't have been able to bring it back, because even if I had bought stuff at the duty-free store in Brazil and then tried to bring it back to the United States, they would have then taken it in Panama, because I had to go through like multiple levels of security to get on my connecting flight back home from Panama. So it's a good thing I didn't try to bring any alcohol back from Brazil, I will acknowledge. But yeah, no, all of this cup discussion has been super interesting, and that is why we've been talking about cups to some degree. It's all very interesting stuff, and I really enjoy talking about it. Infos 2+, you're saying, aren't you supposed to play CS2? Well, remember the title of the stream. The title of the stream is Drinking a Little Bit and then CS2. We've only been drinking a small amount, not a little bit yet, just a small amount kind of thing. Excuse me. Karu Spa, you're saying, I never knew I was going to be so interested in glassware around the world. Same here. It's just something I had never really thought about up until a couple days ago. But then once I started thinking about it, once I started thinking about what the most iconic glassware is around the world, I couldn't stop thinking about it, honestly. I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I just started going, what is the most iconic glassware around the world? What is the most ubiquitous, the most iconic drinkware, glassware, utensils, plates around the world kind of thing? It's all very interesting to me, and I think it's very, very, very cool in general, I will acknowledge. I think it's a very interesting topic, without a doubt. Orchestral bagpipes. You're saying Norway is full of Coca-Cola branded glasses and short 250 milliliter size faceted glasses. All right, let's copy that and go ahead and give that a little bit of a Google so I can see exactly what you mean. Give that a little bit of a Google real quick, you know what I'm saying? Short 250 milliliter faceted glasses, Norway. Here we go. I don't think this is quite what you meant. Maybe something more like this. Maybe something more like this is what you meant. Maybe something like this. Or maybe something like this. I'm not exactly sure. But, yeah, okay, very cool. STP Goods. I don't know what STP Goods is. I don't know. Are they Norwegian? No, this is a .com and it says New York. So no. $17, $20.99 for 4 glasses. Bro, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Oh my god. That's insane. I can definitely say, though, I want some of these glasses for, like, my cupboard and stuff like that kind of thing. I am very glad to say I already own a Copo Americano. I need more of them now, low-key, but I do already own a Copo Americano. Of course, as with any good American, I do have a stack of red Solo cups. I also own a red Pizza Hut cup that does say Coca-Cola on the side of it. I also own 2 clear Carlisle style cups as well, like this. I do not own a Duralex tempered glass cup, but now I need one. I also really want to buy like a Soviet era faceted cup like this one as well. And I do think I also need some of these as well for my cupboard. And what other ones am I thinking? Like, I wouldn't mind one of these too. Like, all, like, style-wise, to the non-cup knowledgeable individual, they might look very similar. But the history and significance of them is all very different. And that's very interesting in my personal opinion. And of course, as I am a self-respecting American citizen, how many mason jars do I own? I have literally, no joke, over 40 different mason jars to my side and in a cooler behind me. In a cooler? Why, you ask? To make sure the mason jars don't get in the sun. Because they're full of tobacco. And I do also have multiple mason jars in my cupboard as drinking glasses as well. Other styles of cups that I want for my cupboard. I want like a pair of these for like tea and stuff. Definitely want like a Waffle House mug for like tea and stuff as well kind of thing. Or for OJ. Maybe for OJ. Other glasses. Those are about all the ones that I'm thinking I want in my cupboard for the moment. But, yeah. No, it's been really interesting talking about glassware. It's been super interesting. Marrakesh Mandala glass set. What is this? Oh, I don't know how iconic this really is. I don't know. Maybe in some areas of the world. Excuse me. This is Marrakesh. Is it Marrakesh Moroccan? Marrakesh is Moroccan, right? It is Moroccan. I thought so. It was a Moroccan city. So maybe this is a very iconic piece of glassware in Morocco, maybe? I'm not exactly sure. $912? What? $912 for cups? What the hell? $912? What the fuck? Oh my god, no. The only cup worth $912 is a Mason Jar 1, a Carlisle Cup number 2, a Red Solo Cup number 3, and Copo Americano number 4, Duralex glass, and that's in no particular order. All of those are worth $912. This ain't though. Granted, I've never experienced one of these glasses for myself. I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe these are worth $912, but I'm going to have to say, I don't think $636? Nah, bruh. That better be 2,000 pieces. Nah, genuinely. That's crazy expensive. Genuinely. Fancy. Fancy. They are wishing for that price? Nah, for real. They're all hand-blown. That is an insane price. Even for handmade, that is insane. If you see a glass that price, you'll do a backflip. Well, you're seeing a glass that price right now. You better do a backflip. You better do a backflip. Next, talk about melamine plates. Oh, man. Are we going to get on the topic of plates now? Boom. Melamine plates. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I don't know. These are like those plastic dishes, right? Yeah. No, I do own some of these. I hate them so much. I hate these. I genuinely have a very strong dislike for these plates. One, they're not microwavable. I can't microwave them. What's the point of having a plate if I can't microwave it? And two, your knives ruin them. I hate these. Nah. I don't like these plates. I'll acknowledge. If we're going to be talking iconic plates, we got to talk radioactive plates. Radioactive Fiesta ware. Now that's what I'm talking about, baby. Fiesta ware. Now, I don't think Fiesta ware is like ubiquitous and iconic to the point of being the most ubiquitous and the most iconic. But is Fiesta ware super iconic nonetheless? It absolutely is. Fiesta ware is also radioactive as well, baby. Yes, that's right. They used to make radioactive tableware in the United States, which I think is awesome. I think that's epic kind of thing. This stuff is awesome. But yeah. I do genuinely love Fiesta ware. I actually think Fiesta ware is awesome. And I absolutely would not mind having like just a whole cupboard of like orange Fiesta ware or some shit kind of thing, or like multiple colored Fiesta ware. Because I think Fiesta ware is just like really cool. I honestly really like the stylization of Fiesta ware, and it's really iconic. Because like I remember going to like Mexican restaurants when I was a kid, and what did everything get served on? Fiesta ware, baby. It all got served on Fiesta ware. Hopefully radioactive Fiesta ware, I'll admit, but who knows? But yeah, they did make radioactive Fiesta ware, which is really interesting in my opinion. It's really hilarious. And low-key, I do want a radioactive Fiesta ware plate, which I think is pretty epic. I think Fiesta ware is pretty epic. I mean, like, if we want to talk, like, not just drinking glass, but just, like, iconic, like, cooking ware in general and everything like that kind of thing. I mean, like, Le Creuset. I mean, like, it's expensive, don't get me wrong. But you really can't. Why is it not giving me photos? Here we go. Le Creuset, like cookware and stuff. This is super iconic. I mean, like the amount of Le Creuset knockoffs is insane. There's a crazy amount of Le Creuset knockoffs, and I mean like Lodge cast iron pan. I mean like this is I mean like a Lodge pan is super iconic as well kind of thing. I mean, like, you can't get more iconic than a Lodge pan, I'll admit. The only really big competition they have is Le Creuset, which Le Creuset is awesome. I do love my Le Creuset. Classic American Tupperware and vintage Pyrex, true. Very true. That's all super iconic as well. Y'all make some very good points about that as well. Yeah, no, that is all very iconic. Le Creuset, though, super iconic. I am grateful enough to have found some Le Creuset at the thrift shop. So yes, I do genuinely own Le Creuset, baby. I would never buy Le Creuset new unless it was super cheap and on sale. It's just so expensive. I mean, like, this one pan is $185. I can't pay that much for a cast iron pan. They look really cool. But it was Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe. Didn't she have a bunch of Le Creuset? She did! Marilyn Monroe had, like, a full yellow Le Creuset. Like, no joke. I mean, like, how badass is that? Marilyn Monroe had a full yellow Le Creuset set. which is just pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Le Creuset is pretty iconic, at least to me kind of thing. But you're saying, welcome Ramayo. You're saying in France, even though Le Creuset is iconic outside of France, you won't see Le Creuset item in French households? Bro, dead ass? What? Okay, so what is the most iconic, like, cookware brand within France? Like, Duralex glasses for glasses, of course. But, like, for, like, a baking brand or something like that kind of thing. George Foreman grill. True, George Foreman grills are kind of hard to beat. This is very iconically American. I feel like this is one of the most iconic American pieces of ingenuity of all time kind of thing. I also love that George Foreman named all of his kids like George and Georgina. I think is that actually true? What did Foreman name his kids? There we go. So yeah, boxing legend George Foreman has 12 children, 7 daughters and 5 sons. So George Jr., George III, George IV, George V, and George VI. He did not name his daughters George. Well, one of them does have George in her name. I literally heard that his daughters' names were Georgina, Georgina II, Georgina III. That is apparently not true. According to the AI overview, at least, do we actually think that's true? I don't know. Does it actually say on Wikipedia? Let's see if it actually says on Wikipedia. Because I don't know. Let's take a look. It's got a very large Wikipedia page. Here we go. Nope, not true. He did not. Nope, he did name one of his daughters Georgina. Based as hell. That's super based. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Pyrex, also super iconic. Pyrex is just great. I'm like, you can't. I mean, like, every household has one of these kind of thing. You don't drink out of it, but this is super iconic. You can't go wrong with Pyrex. I'll acknowledge these to a decent degree as well, kind of thing for a little bit of Rice Krispie treat making stuff. Corningware. Corningware, like the town of Corning in upstate New York. Bro, I've been to the glass blowing museum in Corning. Bro, it was awesome. Corningware. Yeah. I don't think I actually own any Corningware, I'll acknowledge. But if you guys are ever in Corning, New York, Corning Museum, bro, you guys gotta go here. Corning Museum of Glass. Genuinely one of the best art museums I've ever been to. I went through the entire museum going, where's a bong? There's not a single bong in this entire museum. I want to go ahead and clarify. But no, this museum is awesome. This is such a good museum. And if you guys are ever in upstate New York and you guys want to see some beautiful art, the Corning Museum of Glass is genuinely an amazing choice. Genuinely just a really, really, really good museum that you should absolutely stop by. You can spend, honestly, like, just about a whole day there. There is so much to see, so much cool stuff that is done. I think I was walking around the museum with my family for like 3.5, 4 hours. So maybe not like the whole museum or the whole day, but like a good half day you can spend at this museum. And it's just awesome. This is a fantastic museum that I do highly recommend. It is a glass museum. It's not a bong museum. Mary Kamikaze Dexus, you're saying your computer is going to give up soon with all those tabs open. I do also have, at the same time as all these tabs are open, I have OBS running. I have 2 chat tabs of Chrome open as well. I have another Chrome window open. I have Steam open. And I have Counter-Strike open. Only the biggest ball of moves, you know what I'm saying? Only the biggest ball of moves. But yeah, no, this is a really cool museum, and I do highly recommend it, like, genuinely. Casting the Assassin, you're saying look up the Pyrex 441 bowl. Let's take a look. Pyrex 441. I have actually never seen this before. This is not iconic to me at all. Like, an iconic mixing bowl to me is like a Pyrex basic clear mixing bowl. I have never seen one of these in my entire life before. Like, maybe I've seen one and not realized it, but I feel like I've never seen one of these, like, Pyrex mixing bowl. Like, This is what's iconic to me. This is the iconic Pyrex mixing bowl to me. But, okay. Bowl, dipper ground, white with the custom names. This is the apparently iconic cookware in France, I believe you were saying? Interesting. I'm going to have to keep this brand in mind. Never heard of it before. Never heard of it before. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, specific to Britain. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. See the Duralex dishes? Duralex dishes. Bro, they make glass plates? Oh. Oh, bro. Oh, bro. I gotta admit, I really like the black smoked, like the brown smoked plates. That's fire. That's fire. I gotta admit, that's like, and the green? Meh. This is nice though. This is pretty epic. I gotta admit, I am a sucker for brown smoked glass. I do love my brown smoked glass. Nah, this is awesome. This is pretty epic. Spanish terracotta dish. Of course I know what a Spanish terracotta dish looks like. Of course I do. Yeah, no, these are super iconic. Not in the United States, I don't feel like, but I'm sure elsewhere. I'm sure elsewhere these are very iconic. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Nah, big ball of move. Big ball of move, you know what I'm saying. Pyrex with capital letters are made from borosilicate glass. Pyrex with small letters are made from soda lime glass. Soda lime glass Pyrex. I didn't even know. What? It took me a moment to realize what this post was about. This is why the change from borosilicate to soda lime really sucks, and it's just their food on the plate in their microwave after their Pyrex exploded. I shouldn't be laughing. This would not be funny if I was in this person's if I was sitting in this person's chair right now, this would not be funny. But yep, it exploded in their microwave. It exploded in their microwave. So originally, clear Pyrex was made out of the borosilicate glass. However, all opal/painted Pyrex has always been soda lime glass. Okay, so even the painted Pyrex is made out of soda lime. So the transition from borosilicate to soda lime for clear Pyrex began in the 1980s, and by 1998, the transition had been completed. Opalware Pyrex uses the all-caps logo and has always been soda lime, as I just mentioned. Also, the lowercase logo was introduced in 1975, first in marketing materials and then slowly on the glass itself. So the only thing it tells you is that it's a newer post-75 piece, and it's more likely to be soda lime, but not guaranteed. Interesting. And so while borosilicate is more resistant to thermal shock, soda lime is less likely to break due to physical events. Okay, so there's benefits and downsides to both. Very interesting. Very interesting. That is that I'm learning more about Pyrex and cookware than I've ever learned before. This is just really interesting. Yikes, I'm literally terrified to put any of my older Pyrex in the microwave for this reason. The only ones I use to zap food are my new lunch-sized containers, which people are saying is the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do. Interesting. I'll admit, it would suck to show up at work and be like, yep, I got my Pyrex container of lunch. I'm doing my part. I didn't bring a Ziploc bag. I'm doing my part for the environment. I love my Ziploc bags, but, you know, plastic be like. And you show up at work, you got your Pyrex container, and then you put it in the microwave to get your food warm at lunch, and it just fucking explodes. And you're like, well, shit, I don't have any lunch anymore. That would fucking suck. That would suck, I will acknowledge. So right now, I am being accused of being a fake glasses wearer by Matcha Latte Lana Del Rey. Bro, have you ever looked at your name? Matcha Latte Lana Del Rey? I have never heard a name that screams performative more than that. I have never heard a name that screams LARP more than that, to put it in another way that these Gen Z fellows may understand. Matcha Latte Lana Del Rey. That is a performative name. I'm sorry to roast, but you're calling me a fake glasses user with a name like that? I gotta clap back. I gotta clap back. I'm sorry, but I gotta do it. Am I a fake glasses wearer, though? Let's go ahead and answer the question. No. I don't need to wear glasses on a regular basis when I'm like walking around and stuff like that kind of thing. And even when I'm live streaming, technically speaking, I don't need to wear glasses because my vision is okay enough where I can see all the details. However, my vision isn't good enough where I can look at all the details for hours on end without my head starting to hurt and my eyes starting to burn. So during live streams and when I look at the computer a lot and watch television, stuff like that, I do wear glasses to make sure my eyes don't get stressed and to make sure I don't like burn them out and stuff like that kind of thing. Because my vision, while it's good enough to walk around and while it's good enough to read basically everything kind of thing, if I'm doing that for long periods of time, it is best to have the glasses on. So I don't have to wear glasses, but I am by no means a fake glasses wearer because my glasses are real and they are prescription and they were prescribed to me by an optometrist. So they are real glasses. They are real glasses. The amount of tabs open is too damn high. And you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open more tabs, baby. I'm going to open more tabs. Yeah, that's right. More tabs, baby. More tabs, baby. We're opening more tabs. What? Look at that, the amount of tabs. You can't even see the amount of tabs anymore. You can't even see the amount of tabs. And y'all know how much RAM my computer has? My computer can take it. My computer can take this level of tabs. Guess how much RAM my computer has. I am a RAM billionaire. My computer has 64 gigabytes of RAM, baby. I am a RAM billionaire. I invested in RAM before the prices went to be ridiculous levels. I genuinely would not be able to afford the computer I have right now if I was to buy this computer right now. Like, genuinely, the computer I'm using right now, it was something I could afford. A massive expenditure, but something I could technically afford before the RAM prices went up. Now that they've gone up, I genuinely cannot afford my computer anymore. It's crazy. But yes, no, I do. I genuinely have 64 gigabytes of RAM. And the reason why I chose this computer, for context, I am using a ThinkPad P14 from a couple years ago. It's got 64 gigabytes of RAM, Ryzen, I think it's a 74080U processor or a 78090 processor, whatever, I can't remember. Something like that. It's a good computer. It's a good computer. It was a decent chunk of money. I got it on sale, though, which I'm saying to make myself feel better about my very expensive purchase. But I'm very glad that I bought it because prior to this computer, I was using a, like, one step above a Chromebook Dell that editing would take, like, genuinely double the length of the video. So if I was editing and rendering a 10-minute video, it would take 20 minutes to render. And I also could barely live stream on it. I was maxing out the processor while live streaming at times. So I'm very glad that I now have my much better computer because it is a much better computer. Alas, I can't afford a new SSD that I desperately need. Genuinely, same here. Genuinely. So it's my personal policy. And let me go ahead and switch my camera over to this. Because this is something that I do want to clip. So you're saying that you cannot afford a new SSD that you desperately need due to the prices having gone bazooka bonkers over the last couple years. Literally same here. It is my personal policy to save every bit of video I record. Genuinely, that is my policy. I save on an SSD every video I make, the final video, I save it. I save every live stream I've ever done. I save every photo I've ever taken for any social media that I've ever posted. I save every short I've ever made, every live stream clip. But that's not all. I save the original video files for every single video I've ever made. I have the original files for every video I have ever made on YouTube on my SSDs and on a bunch of thumb drives. I have spent way too much money on SSDs over the years, but it used to be worth it because it was actually cheaper than paying for like Google Drive and like paying to store all my stuff, because I have like genuinely terabytes of YouTube videos. Genuinely, I have terabytes of YouTube videos. Multiple terabytes. I have like probably 12 terabytes of YouTube videos that I've made with the raw files and with the final product and with everything. I have probably like 12 terabytes of YouTube videos that I've made over the years. And it used to be cheaper to just buy a new SSD like every year, like a new 2 terabyte SSD every year, and just store everything on that. It's now gotten so expensive where I'm genuinely considering hosting everything in the cloud, because I bought a new SSD. I don't remember exactly how much this cost, but I remember it being way too much. This is 2 terabytes. This is halfway full. These are all full. These are all completely full. I have 4 2 terabyte drives right here. I think one of these might even be 4 terabytes. These are all full. I bought them at less than half the price they're going for now. It's insane. SSD prices are ridiculous. Ridiculous. They're absolutely insane. It's absolutely crazy just how much SSD prices are up to. And I know that technically speaking, I could get a $300 10 terabyte HDD. I don't believe in anything other than SSDs. I have previously used an HHD or HDD, a non-solid state drive, a hard drive rather than a solid state drive. I have used one of those before, and I've had it crap out on me, and then I used another one, it crapped out on me too. The amount of Minecraft worlds I have lost due to HDDs has made me never want to use another one ever again, and so I don't. I will never buy another HDD. I will never use another one. Even if the prices for HDDs are a tenth of the price of SSDs, I will not use an HDD because they are unreliable as hell. I have lost so much information and stuff to them before, and I will never use them ever again. Never, ever, ever. The amount of SSDs I have with me today, I mean, like, this is probably like 5 years ago. This would have probably been like $800 to $1,000 worth of SSDs kind of thing, if we considered just like non-inflated prices and everything like that kind of thing. So like just non-inflated prices, if prices stayed consistent with what they were in the past, we'd probably be looking at like $1,000 worth of SSDs. Now I'm looking at the prices on Amazon and I'm like, why do I have $3,000 of SSDs just sitting on my desk? It's ridiculous. It's insane. SSDs are fucking ridiculous. And I'm like, man, all I'm trying to do is store my videos. I don't want to delete anything. I don't want to delete the files. Maybe I'll use them eventually. I never do, but maybe I want to. And, yeah. It's ridiculous. I will acknowledge. It's ridiculous. Dirtbag Lefty, you're saying RAM companies have a class action lawsuit against them for fixing prices up 600% in 3 years. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And that is exactly what's happening. And they are price fixing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts because they are fixing the price at a certain price. So the amusing thing that is going on with RAM right now is basically RAM is being treated in the same way as grain. And when I say grain, I mean like wheat. So what people will do is, to my understanding at least, and correct me if I'm wrong, I might be completely misconstruing how farming works in the United States and stuff. But what people will do is they will buy in at a certain price for like farmers' wheat or rice or soybeans at like the beginning of the year, let's say, kind of thing. They'll buy in at a certain price. And then no matter what that farmer makes per pound, that's what it's being sold for, kind of thing. Per pound, it's the price they're paying. So somebody locks in a price with a farmer, let's say 10 cents a pound or something like that kind of thing for a pound of wheat, paying 10 cents a pound. That's what they lock in with the farmer, and that's what the farmer is getting paid, kind of thing. Now, this is really good because this is a security for the farmer, kind of thing. On one hand, it's a really good security for the farmer because if they don't have as good of a season, or if there's too much wheat on the market, no matter what, they're getting that 10 cents kind of thing. However, it is also a bad thing in other ways for a variety of different reasons, kind of thing. And that is basically what's happening with RAM prices right now. Basically, these companies are putting in huge orders for the RAM stock from like Samsung and SanDisk and all these other companies, and they're setting the price so high because, like, with the farmers and stuff like that kind of thing, the prices are generally not supposed to be ridiculously high. It's supposed to be a reasonable price, a guarantee for the farmer to get some money out of what they grew that year. This is supposed to be something where the farmers don't lose money, they don't waste an entire crop, kind of thing. There's a big difference between farmers growing a crop and SSD companies getting pricing stuff so high that only companies can afford it, kind of thing, and then fixing the price at that level where nobody else can afford it, kind of thing. It's just really insane. It's just really insane, I gotta admit. And it's ridiculous, kind of thing. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's pretty insane. Yeah. But Prism Cube, you're saying you bought a $150 2TB in 2023, and the same one on Amazon is now almost $500 and it's on sale. Yeah, no, it's genuinely ridiculous. It is genuinely, absolutely insane. Like genuinely, the ones I got, I think they might have been $200 a piece, like a couple years ago. They're like maybe $200 a piece. I think I remember buying in specific one of these for $180 on sale, like 2 or 3 years ago. This is a 4TB actually, so it might have not been this one. Nope, these are actually maybe I did pay $180 for a 4TB. I'm not sure. Maybe I did. I remember paying $180 for one of those, kind of thing. This cost me like over $300. This is like over $300, and the other drives I bought this because I like my Samsung drives. They've worked. They've been really good, really reliable. I bought this instead because it was the only option I was willing to pay for. It's the fucking SSD prices are insane, I gotta say. They are absolutely ridiculous. 9 out of 10, you're saying you wish you had $1 billion right now to build a flash memory factory. You'd get assassinated before you would have the chance to build it. Don't even go there. Don't even go there, my man. You might want to delete that chat message real quick. Chat message real quick, man, because they might assassinate you. Word of warning kind of thing. But, SSD prices are genuinely getting ridiculous. They're absolutely insane. Have I heard about the new NVMe drives? I have never heard of that before. What is an NV? Actually, I don't know what this is. This might be like, Google, like, NVMe drive. What is this? Okay, here we go. So an NVMe drive is a non-volatile... Oh, this is the AI overview. I don't care about AI overview. Wikipedia. NVM Express. Excuse me. Oh, okay, so it's a type of solid-state drive. NVMe. There we go. Various form factors, including SATA, PCLE, so... NVMe... Then there's hybrid storage solutions, solid-state hybrid drives, SSHDs. Okay, makes sense. I've never heard about that sort of drive before. I don't know what the benefit of this would be. in comparison, but I don't think this is something I could really use because I don't use a desktop. I use a laptop. So it's not like I can just add memory to my laptop, I'll acknowledge. If I could do that, I totally would do that because memory like this, from what I can tell, is cheaper than buying a separate independent SSD. However, that is not something I can do just because I do everything with a laptop rather than with a desktop to stay mobile. And so I can take my setup anywhere I go. But yeah. Let's take a look. Oh man, it's actually got the price. SSDs are generally more expensive than HDDs. That's true. Expected to remain so. Yep. SSD prices are around 5 to 10 cents per gigabyte for a 4 terabyte, 8 terabyte model. So if 4 terabytes is 4,000 gigabytes, right? That's how it works. So 4,000 terabytes. So 4,000 times 10 cents times 4,000. $400. Nah, that's way too much. Okay, so 5 cents is what we were paying. Wait. Hold up. Oh, wait, I did that wrong. I was like, why is it 2,000 all of a sudden? So we were paying, like, the 5 cent price tag. Now we're paying... I've got to close some of these tabs. Oh, God, I can't close them. I've got too many tabs open. Oh, my God. I can't even go to Wikipedia. I can't even find my way around. This is flipping tabs by the... There it is. How do I go back? Nope, that's not right. We're going to try this again. I might have too many tabs open. What do y'all think? Do I have too many tabs open? There it is. Close all your empty tabs, Jacob. Maybe I should, but like, you know, I think I'm like, I paid for the RAM, so I'm gonna use it. I paid for my RAM, so I want to use all my empty tabs. You must have that 1 terabyte RAM, 64 gigabytes. I know. I'm basically a RAM millionaire. I could sell my laptop for $20,000, but I won't do it because I'm waiting for RAM prices to go up even more so I can sell my laptop for $50,000. Now, this is what I call big money moves, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, what was I about to say? So I guess we were previously paying the 5 to 10 cents, the 5 cents per gigabyte, and now we're paying 10 cents per gigabyte, if not more than that. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Really, I gotta admit, not a big fan of memory prices these days. Really don't like it. I want to store every piece of media I ever make. I want to have everything on ice, everything stored, no matter what. And it's getting really expensive to do that. I don't want to delete anything when it comes to like YouTube videos. I want to have every piece of media I make there all the time, kind of thing. I want to have every video I ever make on ice, on an SSD, all the time. So no matter what happens, even if YouTube is wiped from the face of the earth, I still have every video I have ever made. Even if nobody can see them but me, I have them. That is my personal goal. Because I've heard there's so many YouTubers that don't save anything. I couldn't do that. I save everything, kind of thing. It's getting fucking expensive to do that, genuinely. It is getting really expensive to do that. I am not gonna lie. But you know, I'm thinking it might be worth, at this point, it might be profitable to make a time machine, go buy some RAM, go buy some SSDs, and come back to the future. And then sell them today. It might be profitable to just make a time machine at this point. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have so much that you might consider an enterprise level NAS. What does that mean? Enterprise level NAS. What does that mean? Enterprise NAS device. High performance, petabyte scale, shared... Well, this is AI overview. There we go. What is... Let's just look up an image. Okay, this. Okay, yeah, that does make sense. I think this, honestly, this is probably going to be the next leg up I do. I think it's getting pretty inefficient and pretty expensive for me to not just use a hub like this. And so I do think that this is something that I may... I don't know if I want to pay that much. Holy shit. I don't know if I want to pay that much. But this might be something that's actually worth investing in just for the long run. Just to make storing everything more affordable, I'm not going to lie, y'all. But enough talking about RAM prices. That's pretty depressing. I'm tired of talking about RAM prices. Let's talk. Oh, I just realized y'all couldn't even see the NAS. I was just looking on my side, and y'all couldn't even see it. My bad. But enough talking about RAM prices and SSD prices and all of that depressing nitty-gritty. I'm not here to talk about depressing subjects that are annoying and everything like that kind of thing, which that subject very much is. I'm here to have a good time, drink some alcohol, chat a little bit, and play a little bit of CS2. So let's get off that topic, and let's start drinking a little bit and getting to play some CS in just a few minutes, I do think. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, appreciate the Prime sub, Mr. Stress TV 7. Appreciate the gifted sub, Mr. Welcome Ramio. And appreciate the 2-month Prime sub, Mr. L. Tropetes 1. Appreciate the support, all 3 of y'all. Appreciate the support, all of y'all. Appreciate the support. You know, I'll drink to that, baby. I'll drink to that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just want a little bit of alcohol, you know what I'm saying? Got a very light buzz going. Not much. Just a little bit of a light buzz. No complaints, I will admit. Have I closed all of my Chrome tabs? I actually have. I'm afraid if I have that many Chrome tabs open that it will affect my Counter-Strike playing experience. And since we're going to be getting into some Counter-Strike in just a few minutes, I want to make sure I don't have anything that's going to affect that. Now, of course, before we get into Counter-Strike, I do need to thank the sponsor of today's stream. Excuse me. Which was not me burping. Now, me burping is not the sponsor of the stream, but I am, nonetheless, the sponsor of this stream today, as my new poetry book, Poems to Read While Smoking Cigarettes, is out and available now. The poems within this book, they're not good poems, but they are good poems to read while smoking cigarettes. And if you guys are interested in my new poetry book, Poems to Read While Smoking Cigarettes, make sure to check it out at the link in the description down below, and also at the link in the about page down below on Twitch. You can find my book on Amazon and other retailers for $14.99 for the paperback or $24.99 for the hardback, which is what I'm holding right now. Highly recommend my new poetry book, Poems to Read While Smoking Cigarettes. And I do think that's just about all I had to say for the sponsored segment of today's stream. I had to do a little bit of a sponsored segment. What can I say? Had to do a little bit of a sponsored segment, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, how's it going? Well, good. Hope you're doing well, my man. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate the kind words. And glad to hear you enjoy the videos, my man. Glad to hear you enjoy the videos. PBR now has a Midnight Berry THC drink. I didn't know PBR was getting in that market. I ain't gonna be drinking that. I don't mess with no THC or nothing like that kind of thing. It's just not my thing, I'll acknowledge. I don't mess with that sort of stuff. But, yeah, that sounds interesting. And that's definitely interesting to learn because I didn't know PBR was getting into that market. So that's a very interesting thing for them to do. And I think, honestly, a very smart thing for them to do. It's best for, I think, a lot of the alcohol companies these days to diversify into the THC or Delta 8 market and everything like that kind of thing as well. Of course, we've been seeing lots of statistics about how the alcohol market is losing market share to weed and all that stuff. Personally, I think it's a little bit overblown. I think it's a little bit overblown kind of thing. I think with anything, it's a trend. Alcohol might go down, weed might go up, or it might just go down. Alcohol sales might just go down because people aren't drinking as much kind of thing. But as with everything, it goes down and it's eventually going to go back up. And if the company doesn't have the resources to stay afloat when sales are down, really just a little bit kind of thing, because sales, I'll be honest, are not down that much. They're just down. If it doesn't have the resources to stay afloat and sales are down just that little, if they have to rely on constant up and up and up and up and up growth to stay afloat, that is not a very good sign of a very good company, I will acknowledge. And that's not a very good sign of a company that really actually plans for the future. If you're running a company, you should have the resources on hand to stay afloat, even if sales drop, because that's just kind of how things go. Shit happens. 9/11 happened. Sales for the Porsche 911 dropped? No, they actually didn't. I'll watch a video on that. You'd think after 9/11, sales for the Porsche 911 might have dropped. Actually, they didn't, though. They didn't. The Porsche 911, it sold just as good as it always did. Excuse me. But 9/11 happened. Nobody was flying after 9/11. COVID happened. Nobody was taking cruises. These cruise companies, they had to be bailed out. They had to be bailed out. In my opinion, suck it up. Because you know what? You should have planned for your company to have to deal with possibly any event like this kind of thing. You know, sales drop. Shit. Your company might have to shutter for a couple years. If you can't come back after a couple years of not doing anything kind of thing, bad planning. Skill issue. That's what I'm saying. Carnival. Pan Am. Skill issue. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah. No, I think it's a really smart choice for PBR to diversify into the THC subcategory of liquor or weed today. I will acknowledge. I do think it is a good idea for them to go into that, because they're kind of hedging their bets. You know, if the whole THC drink thing doesn't work out, guess what? They lost their investment money into a new product. If it does work out, guess what? They made a lot of money. And if it works out in the long run, now they're one of the first people to be in the THC market, and they're one of the first big, like, name brand beer companies in the United States to actually be on that market as well. So I think they've done a really good job at hedging their bets, and I think that's a really good business move, I'll acknowledge. It might not be a product that personally is something that I would purchase. However, I think they've done a really good job at hedging their bets and going for that, and that's something I absolutely have a respect for. Winston 40, you're asking if I'm interested in finance and stocks. Yes, absolutely I am. I joke around about being a nuclear engineering major. I am not a nuclear engineering major. I do want to clarify. I said that as a joke, and then people believed it, and I just never corrected anybody. I am not a nuclear engineering major, though. I am actually I got a degree in business administration with a focus on marketing. So marketing is my bread and butter. I love marketing. I think marketing is really cool. Advertising, social media, obviously, that's a lot of what I do with YouTube. I think it's all really interesting stuff. But business administration and business and finance and stocks are all very interesting as well. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I know a little bit about personal finance. That's about it. I really enjoy economics. Macro, micro, economics are really interesting. Economics in general it is really interesting, in my personal opinion. Those were some of my favorite classes to take when I was in college. I really enjoy economics, and I think it's very interesting. But it is worth mentioning that I am not an economics major. That is not what I went to college for. Those are just the classes I had to take as a business major. Really enjoyed them, learned a lot, but not the classes that I was there for by any means. Yo, Nuha, appreciate the raid, my man. Appreciate the raid. We're just talking about whether I am a finance and business-minded person or not. Appreciate the raid, though. Yes, sir. And the answer as to whether I'm a business and financial-minded person or not with stocks and everything like that is that I have a degree in business administration with a focus in marketing kind of thing. So marketing is more my cup of tea, I'll acknowledge. But I do really enjoy stocks as well. And I do really enjoy watching videos and documentaries about failed companies and stuff like that kind of thing. And even if it's pretty base level information, I still just find it very interesting. With what's going on in the market these days kind of thing, there's a lot of stuff that I think is really like this. I can't see a lot of companies that are really big on the stock market today kind of thing being as big in 20 years, frankly put. Is Ford going to be there in 20 years? I mean, like, probably in some way, shape, or form kind of thing. Is Chevy going to be there in 20 years? Probably in some way, shape, or form. Maybe, probably. I mean, it's probably going to be there. Who knows what's going to happen in 20 years? But Ford and Chevy, besides the 2008 financial crisis, they've generally done a pretty decent job at hedging their bets and staying financially responsible in a way that they have enough cash reserves to make it through a financial downturn when people might not be buying enough cars. Companies like, let's say, I don't know, Tesla, on the other hand, they don't hedge their bets. I don't think Tesla's going to be around in the same way it is in 20 years, frankly put. I really don't think it is. Tesla is one of the biggest stocks in the stock market these days, and I don't think it's going to be around in 20 years because I think, one, it's either going to get sold to a Chinese EV manufacturer. That is my number one guess. Or two, they're going to go bankrupt once Chinese EVs are introduced into the United States, which is not an if, it's a when. It will happen. It's an if, not a when. Chinese EVs, BYD, is going to decimate Tesla. And I really don't think Tesla is going to be around in 20 years. Frankly put, I think a lot of companies that are super big today are not going to exist in 20 years. Just kind of my personal guess, I'll acknowledge. Just personally what I think. Personally, right now, I would not buy into Tesla. I don't have any stock in Tesla, and I do have some stock. I have my retirement funds and stuff like that kind of thing, and I mess around with it. I have some stocks that I hedge my bets in. Some of them worked, some of them are not. Most of my money is in the S&P 500. I don't like taking risks, but I have a couple $100 in different stocks that I like messing around with and just seeing, does this go up? Does this go down? Do I make $1 million or do I lose $1 million kind of thing? Not that I have $1 million in my retirement account to begin with. I don't. But I have like a couple $100 in like BYD, and that has paid off. BYD so far has made me money. Not a lot of money, I want to acknowledge, but as BYD has been expanding, I have made some money off of BYD. And I think if BYD gets introduced in the United States, their stock is going to go sky high. I bought in when they were pretty low. If BYD gets into the United States, their stock's going to go over $100 within 3 days. That's kind of my personal take. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But I think buying into Tesla right now is a bad idea. And I think literally anybody but Tesla is a better idea. Not financial advice. I'm not a Wall Street bets person. I don't look at Wall Street bets. I'm not a financial advisor. I just kind of look at the companies that I'm personally interested in and go, what do I personally think is going to work out for my like fuck around retirement account money? So like I'll put like $100 in like BYD or something like that kind of thing and just go, okay, I want to see if this is going to work out long term. And so I've done that. I've got like $100 in BYD. I've got $100 in a couple other companies that I just think might work out big term in the long run. Some of them have worked, some of them have not. The ones that have worked, I haven't made a lot of money on. I've made maybe 20% over 2 years kind of thing. I'm not very good at stocks. I'm not very good at predicting what stocks are going to blow up. But I don't want to be. I want consistent, constant growth for the next 40 years until I retire. That's what I personally want. And that's why most of my money when it comes to my retirement account is in the S&P 500, because I want consistent growth. And with the S&P 500, even if you lose money, like let's say there's like a 3-year downturn or something, there's a recession and you lose money for 3 years straight, eventually the S&P 500 is going to go back up because the S&P 500 is a conglomeration of the top 500 companies on the S&P. And eventually that's going to go back up. And hey, you're not going to lose as much money as you would have otherwise by investing in a company that just goes straight bankrupt and goes down to 1 cent kind of thing. But yeah. I enjoy business and finances and stocks and stuff like that. I'm more on the marketing side of everything than I am on the business and stocks and finance side of everything. But I do find finance very interesting. I do find stocks very interesting. I'm not a stock trader. I kind of just put my money in and let it sit there. That's just kind of what I do. I'm an S&P 500 type of guy. But that is very much what I do. I will acknowledge. I need to put more money in my retirement account. Like, low key, I need to do that because retirement accounts, very important. Very important. I also got to do a video, like, low key discussing retirement accounts and stuff. I don't want to give away too much, but this is a video I need to do. This is a video I need to do just for, like, shits and giggles. Aren't there better EV cars like Volkswagen? I don't know. I don't really think a lot of the Volkswagen EV cars are really good, personally. Oh, you said Volkswagen. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Like the ID Buzz, cool. Overpriced. Massively overpriced, in my opinion. A lot of the Volkswagen ID EV cars, I mean, like, they're cool. They might be good EVs, but they're overpriced for what they are, in my opinion. Like, the ID Buzz is, what, 60 grand for a minivan? Bro, that's insane. A BYD Dolphin, which, granted, is not sold in the United States, is a much more reasonable choice, in my opinion. I think looks a lot better than a lot of other EVs, too. I was in Brazil, and, man, a couple Ubers I took when I was in Brazil were BYD Dolphin minis, and I was like, bro, man, this shit's nice. I was like, this is nice. I've ridden a Tesla Model 3 before for an Uber, and, I mean, like, it was okay. It was okay. I like the BYD Dolphin Mini more, though. They're very comfy. They got torque out the wazoo, and I really like it. I mean, like, the first car I ever learned to drive on was a Nissan Leaf, which I personally think is a car that needs more credit than it gets. I think a lot of people undeservedly hate on the Nissan Leaf. No, the Nissan Leaf was the people's EV car in the United States before anything else was. I'm like, the EV1 from GM, don't get me wrong. The EV1 from GM, don't get me wrong. That was like the first modern American EV. Really significant, really standard. I think the Nissan Leaf is just as significant as the GM EV1, but doesn't have the clout because they didn't destroy like all of them. But I think the first gen Nissan Leaf is just as significant as the EV1 because it was the first affordable consumer EV on the American market in, like, I don't know how long, kind of thing. I'm like, you could get a hybrid, you could get a Prius, you could get a Honda Insight for sure, but an actual genuine EV, you couldn't get that. That was the Nissan Leaf kind of thing. So, yeah, no, I mean, like, I think the Nissan Leaf is awesome, I'll acknowledge. And I think it deserves more credit than it gets, frankly put. The Nissan Leaf is a really awesome car. And I am biased. I partially learned how to drive in a Nissan Leaf. The first car I ever drove when I was learning to drive, definitely not before I even had my driver's license, was a Toyota Sienna. Then after that, I learned how to drive a little bit in... Oh, there's another car that I learned how to drive in. What was it after the Toyota Sienna? I think it was the Nissan Leaf. Yeah, no, and then after that was the Nissan Leaf. So, like, in the United States, how it works when you get your driver's license when you're a teenager is you do, like, I think it's 6 months to a year of a driving permit, and you have to rack up, like, a certain amount of hours on your driving permit to be able to actually, like, get your license and apply for a real license where you can drive by yourself. So with the driving permit, you have to have an adult in the car with you. And for the entirety of my driving permit, I was driving the Nissan Leaf, basically. And, I mean, like, I gotta admit, it was great. It was fantastic. I mean, like, torque out the wazoo. I could just gut it, and I'm, like, in the back of my seat going, whoa, holy crap. Nah, Nissan Leaf is epic. It's such a good car. They're super cool. It's just such a shame. It's just such a shame that lithium batteries and that EV batteries degrade in the way they do, and that they're so expensive to replace. And that's really, I think, the big killer for EVs right now. EVs are disposable. They are replaceable. And they have to be designed that way because in reality, after 5 years of ownership of hard use for an EV, who is actually going to spend 5 to 8 grand to replace the battery in their EV? That's more than a new engine for a internal combustion engine car. Nobody's going to pay that much for new batteries for their EVs. So EVs are by design meant to be disposable. And I think that's really my biggest issue with EVs right now, is that if you want to keep an EV on the road for 60 years, every 5 to 10 years, you're going to have to pay like over 5 grand for a new battery bank for your car. unless you want to swap in a gas engine to your EV, which some people have done. I think that's awesome, actually. I love that. There's one video from a YouTuber who I highly recommend, Superfast Matt. If you guys like engineering and car engineering and cars and fast cars and really fast cars, check out Superfast Matt because he has some awesome builds. And one of the videos that he's made was I think it was a Hayabusa powered Nissan Leaf. So it's a hybrid. It's got a Hayabusa motorcycle engine in the back, but the front wheels are still powered by the EV drivetrain. And so it's a really odd all-wheel drive hybrid where the rear wheels are internal combustion and the front wheels are battery. Really interesting videos, really, really, really cool. And I think it's a really nice use case of what an EV can be turned into at the end of its life cycle. But the fact of the matter is that most people are not going to swap a Hayabusa engine into their Nissan Leaf. Nobody except for this one dude is going to do that. I think it's awesome that he did do that. It's a really cool car build. A total sleeper and right up my alley when it comes to cool cars. But nobody is going to do that besides him, kind of thing. I can't even see myself doing that. Personally speaking, I don't have the know-how to do that. This is somebody that has been doing fabrication for years, if not decades, kind of thing. They have the know-how. It's really cool, but yeah, EVs are meant to be disposable, and that's kind of my issue. So my thing with EVs, and I find the issue, especially with a lot of Teslas, is that they're so expensive that it's kind of like, why would I buy that? And then in 5 years, I'm going to have to basically dump it unless I want to pay like way too much. If you're thinking that for like a BYD and it costs like 20 grand, you can go, okay, you know, if I put 250,000 miles on this car in 5 years with Uber, you know, I kind of got my money's worth, kind of thing. It's a little bit of a different story with a $40,000 to $80,000 EV in my personal opinion. So in my opinion, the cheaper the EV, the better the EV. That's kind of my personal take, I'll admit. Do I think batteries are going to get cheaper? For EVs, I don't see how they're not going to. It is an eventuality that batteries are going to become better. They might not last longer, but either charging will be better, they'll either last longer so we can do smaller batteries for the car, which means higher range. There will eventually, at some point in the next 10 years, if I had to guess, I'm not going to say anything for certainty, I would find it really surprising if there isn't some sort of breakthrough in battery technology in the next 10 years. And of course, it's going to start off as really expensive and then eventually get cheaper as drip down economics do work. But I do think battery technology might not get cheaper in that EVs are actually cheaper by any means, but I do think we will be seeing higher range EVs at cheaper prices coming up in the next 10 years or so. That is kind of my personal take. I will acknowledge. That is kind of my personal take. Mary Kamikaze, you're saying here in Brazil we have a very famous car brand. It's not originally from here, but it became known for the cars here. It made here, Chevy. They have some very iconic cars. You've probably seen them. I while in Brazil, did see some very cool Chevrolet vehicles. I will acknowledge. It was really cool to see a lot of Chevys that they never sold here in the United States. Like the Chevy Trailblazer from like 2015. The Chevy Trailblazer, yeah, that's a nameplate in the United States, but it wasn't a thing in like 2015. So it's really cool to see like a Trailblazer that is a completely different model of Trailblazer than what I'm used to seeing, kind of thing. There are also a bunch of... I took an Uber in one of these, and it was actually really nice. I really liked it. So, like, the Chevy Bolt gets really good reviews in the United States. But I actually... I've ridden one, I think, once. And it was like, okay, I was like, this is a car. It's an car kind of thing. It's okay kind of thing. Just interior-wise as, like, an Uber passenger and whatnot. But in Brazil, I rode in a Chevy Spark EUV, which is it's weird. So the Chevy Spark EUV is a Chinese-made SUV crossover thing that is made and marketed in China under a Chinese brand, but through the glory of badge engineering is marketed as a Chevy in Brazil. Actually, really nice. Really liked it. I like it more than the Chevy Bolt. It's pretty awesome. Honestly, an epic car, I gotta admit. Chevy Spark EUV. Look it up if y'all are interested. Really, really, really cool stuff. But yeah, no. Like the Monza, super cool. Super car. Super, super cool car. The Chevy Monza. There's also a bunch of other Chevy made cars that were available in Brazil as well. Still are available in Brazil. I'm trying to remember. I remember looking at car companies in Brazil, and I remember Troller shut down. Ford Brazil shut down. Like, they still sell Fords in Brazil, but Ford doesn't make Fords in Brazil anymore. I don't know if Chevy is still going. I don't think I looked into them, but yeah, no, Chevy's made a lot of very cool cars in Brazil. VW has a lot of really cool cars in Brazil as well. I mean, like the VW Brasilia. I am saddened to say that I did not see a single VW Brasilia while I was in Brazil. Would have been really cool to see one. Sadly didn't. Would have been really cool to see, though. I did see some, and I'll have to post photos of these on like Instagram and Twitter in the next couple days because I've got a lot of car photos from Brazil. So I have to post photos of these in the coming days. But I did see, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was a VW 2-door station wagon, like shooting brake type car. And that was really cool. It was like a 2-door station wagon. I thought that looked really nice, and I was like, this is awesome. And then there's like a liftback variant too, and I was like, bro, this is epic. This is super cool. Really awesome. Really awesome. Yeah, no, epic. Absolutely super cool. Corgi Man 003, you're saying you're going to be honest, you want a horse way better than a car, but then you got to clean up its shit. You got to clean up a horse's crap all over the ground. Cars might leak oil, but as a car owner, we don't clean up oil. We let the rain wash that into the drain, baby. But with the horse, you got to clean up its shit. You got to clean up the horse's crap. And that is the number one reason for not wanting to have a horse. I'll acknowledge that is the number one reason. It's a VW combo. Is it actually a VW combo? Let me just look it up real quick. I feel like it totally is. VW combo. Well, there's the VW Combi, which is the VW, of course, van with the radiator in the front, Brazil made, all that. VW 2-door wagon Brazil. It was the VW... excuse me, not the Type 3. That was a 2-door station wagon. The Type 3, awesome. I love Type 3 VWs, but is it called a Type? Is it genuinely called the Type 4? Is it genuinely called the Type 4? What? There's got to be Volkswagen Variant 2. Is that really what it's called? Volkswagen Variant 2. That is what it is, apparently. I saw a more modern version of this. Do they have a Wikipedia page? Wikipedia. Here, no, that's not Wikipedia. Wikipedia. Here we go. Volkswagen Type 2? Nope, that's not right. Type 4. Yeah, that's not quite right either. Not quite right either. Volkswagen Passat? No, it wouldn't be a Passat. What it like could be a Passat, 2-door Passat, maybe. I don't know. I don't know exactly what. The VW Type 2 was made until 2014. Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking. VW. Well, no, the VW Type 2 is the bus. And I saw lots of these in Brazil, and they're awesome. I love the VW bus, the classic VW bus, the combis. But I'm trying to remember. VW 2-door wagon 1990. Let's just put that in. Here we go. Volkswagen Fox GL. That's what it is. I saw a bunch of Volkswagen Fox GLs. Did they actually sell this in the United States? I've never seen one of these in the United States ever. Did they sell this in the United States? If they did, that's kind of crazy. Did they sell this in the United States? Imported from Brazil. Did they sell this in the United States? No, there's no way. There's no way they did. What? What? I am being massively confused by the lineup of VWs in Brazil right now. Holy shit, this is so confusing. Okay, we're going to call it the VW Fox. VW Fox Wagon. We're going to call it that. That's what it is. Or Parati Surf. VW Parati Surf. VW. Is that what the actual name is? Yes, it's the VW Parati Surf. Okay, that's what it is. VW Parati Surf. That is the actual name. Yeah, no, those are awesome. Those are awesome. Those are pretty freaking epic. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Just show you guys a photo of it real quick. Let's take a look. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. Yep, there we go. There's a photo of it. VW Parati Surf. I'm like, this thing's freaking epic. This is awesome. I love the rims. I love how it looks. I would drive one of these every day. Like, for real. Like, okay, maybe not actually every day, because, like, I love my W123. It's my dream car. I love it. But I would drive one of these every other day. Let me put it that way. And the front end looks exactly like the VW Santana. Another very cool car. VW Santana. That's not quite what I was... Here we go. There's the front end. That looks exactly like the VW Santana. Very cool, in my opinion. Very, very, very cool vehicle. No, awesome. Awesome. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Absolutely love it. I will acknowledge. Yo, appreciate the dono. Mr. Gus09. Appreciate the $3.21, my man. You're saying if I could smoke a cigarette on any planet of the solar system, which one would it be? Earth. If I could smoke a cigarette on any planet of the solar system, which one it would be Earth. Every other choice is a trap. Because you go to Mars and you die. You go to Venus and you die. You go to Mercury and you burn alive and then die. You go to Jupiter and you fall through the clouds and die. You go to Saturn, you freeze to death, you die. You go to Neptune, you die. You go to Uranus and it's Uranus, you die. You go to Mars, you live for like 2 seconds, then you explode and die. So if I had to choose any planet in the solar system to smoke a cigarette on, it would be Earth. Because it's the only planet that I'm going to be able to smoke a cigarette on without immediately dying. It's really a simple answer, in all honesty. It's nothing complex. I mean, like, let's say if I wasn't going to immediately die on any planet. Let's say there was a base on Mars, or a base on the Moon, or a base on Jupiter, or something like that. Let's speak theoretically speaking now, kind of thing. Not pure reality. What planet would I smoke a cigarette on? Probably Uranus. Would I smoke a cigarette on Uranus? That would be pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. That would be pretty funny. That would be pretty funny. Mars is another solid contender. Mars is another solid contender. But I mean, like, Uranus. Jupiter too. They'd have to fix the gravity issue there, because I'd get, like, massively crushed. I don't think I'd be able to stand very well on Jupiter, I'll acknowledge. But, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say probably Uranus, Jupiter, Mars, or Uranus, Mars, then Jupiter. That's probably the 3 planets I would go for first in the solar system if I actually could smoke a cigarette on any planet in the solar system. Excuse me. Appreciate the dono. Appreciate the $3.21. Once again, Mr. Gus09. And appreciate the dono, Mr. Jawz77. You're saying, yo, my man, hope you're doing well. Enjoying a Silk Cut Purple and Irish whiskey. Hope you enjoyed your trip to Brazil. Certainly did. I had an amazing time in Brazil. Videos from Brazil. They're not stopping by any means. They're going to be going up for like the next week or so. Got lots more videos from Brazil coming up in the future. Look forward to them. No spoilers. No spoilers. But lots of videos coming up. Look forward to them. Look forward to them. Hope you're enjoying your Silk Cut Purples and your Irish whiskey, my man. And hope you're having a great night. Appreciate the 100 bits, Mr. Jaws E77. Appreciate the support, my man. And hope you're having a great one as a whole. Brazil. It was great. Brazil. Treated me right. I gotta admit. And while I do have some other countries I want to visit before I revisit Brazil, I definitely do want to stop back by, I will acknowledge, and spend maybe a little bit more time there than I did this time around, as I spent only about a week and a half in Brazil on this trip. Wouldn't mind stopping by for maybe a full month, in all honesty. I think that honestly might be a good time. Full month, a little bit more of a chance to explore, a little bit more of a chance to enjoy and appreciate the culture, see what's going on kind of thing. No complaints, no complaints. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir, yes, sir. But I got to take a piss. I'm going to go have a little bit of a smoke as well. And I'm going to take a quick little 10-minute to 12-minute break. And after that, we're going to go and get into playing some Counter-Strike 2. I know I got CS2 in the title of the stream. Just remember, though, the title of the stream is talking for a little bit and then CS2. We might have been talking for a little bit longer than a little bit, though. It has been 2 hours and 30 minutes. We got to get into Sim CS2. But before I get into a game, I got to take a piss. I got to have a smoke. And I got to grab myself another mixer so I can have some more alcohol. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll be back in around about 10 to 12 minutes. Make sure to have a smoke or a drink on the break if you guys want to. Take a break yourself. Go take a piss. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll be back. I'll be back. How's it going, y'all? We are back. We are back. Going to be getting into some CS2, some Counter-Strike 2 in just a couple minutes. Had a good break. Had one of these, I'll acknowledge. No complaints on my behalf. Had a piss, had a break, had a smoke, and grabbed myself another little mixer. I think I'm going to go and get myself a little bit of a drink. Mixed up real quick. I've got some Wild Turkey 101 bourbon whiskey with me today. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead. Yo, how's it going? How's it going? Uo's Lab. Hope you're doing well, my man. Appreciate you stopping by. You're saying switch tabs, started talking, and scared the shit out of me. Hey, only the biggest ball of moves, you know what I'm saying? Only the biggest ball of moves. Gotta be doing it. Gotta be doing it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hope you're doing well. Not sure if you were streaming earlier, but if you were, hope you had a great stream. And appreciate you stopping by. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hope you're having a great one today. Excuse me. Excuse me. Got some Wild Turkey 101 bourbon whiskey with me, though. Making a little bit of a whiskey highball, I do think. And looking forward to drinking a little bit more. I've only had 2 drinks during the stream so far. And we've been going for over an hour and a half. We've been going for over 2.5 hours. So let me tell y'all what. I'm needing another drink. Excuse me. With the Brazil videos going up, while I was taking a break and going to my kitchen and grabbing another mixer, honestly, I should have grabbed my Copo Americano, my American glass that I bought in Brazil. Absolutely one of the most base pieces of glassware of all time, I'll acknowledge. Very interesting glassware. I should have grabbed that, but instead I've continued drinking out of my Crown Royal glass, which I would say is pretty based as well. So absolutely no complaints. Absolutely no complaints. Yo, appreciate the Prime sub, Mr. Fudge. Hope you're enjoying live stream. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate the Prime sub, my man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alaya is watching, is saying, that's the first time viewer from YouTube. What's good? Hey, having a good one. No complaints on my behalf. Hope you're having a good one. Appreciate you stopping by and hope you have an amazing day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you stopping by. Funky Crunch, you're asking if I enjoyed Brazil. Yes, no, absolutely. Brazil was absolutely gorgeous. The nature in Brazil is beautiful. I was staying on the island of Santa Catarina for about a week and a half. Recorded lots of videos there. More videos are coming up on YouTube over the next week and a half or so. And, excuse me, just in general, I had an amazing time in Brazil. The food was so good. The food in Brazil is not to be underestimated. It was fantastic. The alcohol and the alcohol prices, yo, I love it. I love it. The alcohol was fantastic. I love cachaça. Low-key, I think I can special order some in my local area, but like it's been so hot around in my local area that I've just been craving a caipirinha for the last like week I've been back from Brazil. I have been craving a caipirinha. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I want a caipirinha. They are so good. And I might have to special order some cachaça from my local liquor store, from my local ABC store, and see if I can get my hands on some. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Overall, though, yeah, no, Brazil was fantastic. The food was great. The nature was beautiful. The beach, I was staying on the island of Santa Catarina, and it was absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful experience staying on the island of Santa Catarina. And it was just a fantastic time as a whole. And while I was only there for a week and a half, definitely I want to visit again. And on my next trip, I want to visit for a longer period of time, I will admit. No, I had a great time in Brazil. Fantastic time. I want to visit again. I want to try more Brazilian cigarettes, more Brazilian alcohol. I did bring some Brazilian cigarettes home with me, so there will be more reviews than there will be more Brazilian cigarette reviews than just what y'all are seeing in Brazil. And I'm looking forward to making all of those and trying a lot more Brazilian cigarettes coming up over the next couple months or so, I will acknowledge. Overall, a great time. Overall, a great time. You know, Brazil was fantastic, and I thoroughly enjoyed my time there, I will admit. Let's go for a nade and high explosive, and we're gonna rush B. Starting off as CT on Dust 2. So we're gonna rush B, and we're gonna nade B just to go ahead and try to prevent a B rush from the T side. Not hearing any noise, though. Uo's Lab, you're saying more liquor stores near you are carrying cachaça now? Well, that is good to know. That is very good to know. We've got bomb down. Very nice. They've got one person left. Dude scared the hell out of me. Oh my god, I was like, isn't that like a terror? Isn't that a guy right there? But I like didn't register it because like Loki, he was kind of blending into the background. That was completely my bad. That was a skill issue right there. I could have totally gotten him, but I didn't. But you said they're carrying more cachaça in your local liquor stores. Very nice. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. I really enjoy cachaça. It's some good stuff. It makes a great caipirinha. Absolutely love it. I think I'm going to go for... I think I'm just going to stick with this and just save money for this round. Back up real quick. Looks like they're doing an A rush. Very cool. But I'm glad to hear the local liquor stores are carrying some cachaças. Yep, they got me again. I am not particularly skilled at CS2, I will acknowledge. Not particularly skilled. But yeah, cachaça, some good stuff. I really like it. And if you haven't tried it, it is something that might be worth giving a go too. Vodka also makes a good caipirinha. Thing is, though, caipirinha made with vodka is not called the caipirinha. It's called the caipiosca. Although, I guess it maybe depends on who you ask. That's what I've heard, at least. That is what I've heard, at least. No nades this round. We're rushing B with no nades. It's probably not a great idea. Gotta get into age rums if you haven't. Fucking great for the money. No, for real. Like, the Appleton Estate 12, I got myself one of those as one of my first rums. Nice, nice, nice. Good shit. I thought that was the enemy. Sorry, guys. I thought that was the enemy. But no, age rums are awesome. Appleton 12, super good for the price. And while I haven't tried Smith & Cross, they don't have it where I can just get it at my local liquor store without it being special order. I do need to try it. I do need to special order it and give it a go, because I've heard really good things about it. Same with, like, Rum Fire and stuff. I realize it's not an aged rum, but I have heard really good things about that one as well. Damn it! I shouldn't have rushed. I shouldn't have rushed. Nice! Nice! He saved it. He saved it. Good shit. How did I get the MVP? How did I get the MVP? Worst play ever and somehow got MVP. No complaints. No complaints. I'll take it. I will take that MVP, baby. We're gonna go Swag 7 with an Incendiary. Because Swag 7 is never a bad idea. Unless you're playing a, like... excuse me, Mirage, and then it kind of is a bad idea. Excuse me. But yes, I absolutely do need to try some Smith & Cross. It is some good stuff. I really like Smith & Cross. Or, sorry, I don't like... I'm buzzed. I'm buzzed. I need to try it. I like aged rum, is what I was trying to say. We've got one dude in lower tunnels. Shit. Yeah, they're all on B. Excuse me. Appleton 12 was fire. Really, really just very solid for the price. Damn, he got a 2K off that, though. Not bad, not bad. Damn, damn. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, I definitely need to try, like, a Kyprioska eventually. And one of the interesting things I found about... oh, shit. I probably shouldn't go nades, honestly, because I should probably get a gun. I should probably buy a gun. Let's go MP9. One of the interesting things I found about drinks in Brazil is that there's so many different variations of caipirinhas. There's the Kyprioska, there's the caipirinha, but then there's also the sakeina, which I need to try. Because I was looking at, like, the liquor selections in grocery stores, and... Damn it. Excuse me. But I was looking at, like, the liquor selection in, damn, this dude just got a 2K with the, FAMAS. Good shit, bro. He didn't even pick up... Oh, no, he did pick up the AK. I was wondering if he was going to do it. Oh, I'm trying to bring this down just a little bit, just so we can see the map a little bit better. There we go. Much better. I haven't even bought anything. I should probably do that. What was I about to say that I can't remember? I was looking at the liquor selection in, like, grocery stores and stuff. And I was like, there's sake. And I was like, oh, is this sake made in Japan? And no, all of the sake I saw in Brazil was all made in Brazil, which I thought was really interesting. Like, there is American-made sake for sure, but it's very uncommon. Most of the sake sold in the United States is sake from Japan. But most of the sake sold in Brazil, if not all of it, honestly, is made in Brazil, which is very, very, very interesting in my opinion. So bomb's down over there, is it? Bomb is down over here, okay. No, I'm keeping this. Yeah, this dude's got to be rotating. Nice, nice, nice. Very cool. You know, got the Black Lotus. Cheaper to make than to import it in. Same with coffee there, I'm sure. Yes, no, I would figure as much as well. I would figure as much as well. But yeah, while I didn't get the chance to try any Brazilian sake, like, definitely next time I visit Brazil, I absolutely do want to. Because it looked to be some very interesting stuff. And I definitely need to try a sakeina, as well a caipirinha, or caipirinha, made with sake. It's definitely something I want to try for sure. I'm gonna guess they're pushing cat in mid. That was right. Okay, yeah. Damn! Oh shit, where was he even? Oh, the dude was all the way down. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Speaking of visiting places, what places do I have in mind for visiting next? Well, there's some definitely places I have in mind. I don't really want to spoil anything, I will acknowledge. However, was the XM always $2,000? Maybe it was. Well, I don't want to spoil precisely where I want to go next. What I will say is that I do think I want to visit mainland Europe next. I'm not going to say where in mainland Europe, but I've only been to Europe once, technically. Because I did visit Iceland, I think it was back in 2019. Had an amazing time there. Loved my time in Iceland. However, I definitely do want to visit mainland Europe as well. I might rotate around. Shit. Let me move. Dude scared the shit out of me. But yeah, I'm thinking mainland Europe probably next. Not going to say exactly where I'm planning on visiting, but mainland Europe more than likely. Nah, I'm going to go incendiary and high explosive and just cover B. Let's move out. I shouldn't have bought that M4A1S. That was a bad idea. I never got to use it. I don't think I fired a single shot. Oh, I love this car, though. Let me tell y'all what. This is a beautiful W123. Man, I could really use that door, though. This door is way straighter than my door on my car. I could really use this door. But you know, it is what it is. Bro, that was horrible. Oh, damn, he was behind me. Damn. Get that shit, bro. Get that shit, bro. Good shit, bro. Holy crap. Good shit, bro. And he got the kill, too. Oh, my God. That's hilarious. Holy shit. I can't believe we actually won that round. That's insane. Genuinely crazy. Wow. What do we go for? MP9? Yeah, let's go MP9. Gonna go one nade, not waste too much money. Your Mercedes' little brother lives there? Not for real. He really does. He really does. Excuse me. Oh shit, they bought an auto sniper. Oh god. A long. I haven't spotted, we don't see bomb on the minimap yet, though. Suppressing fire! Nice, good shit. I don't want the FAMAS. Oh, I wasn't even get a gun. Oh well. Mary, you're saying, I look like I play chess or checkers. I do enjoy chess every once in a while. I'm pretty shit at chess, but I do enjoy playing chess. I don't know how to play checkers. I don't know how to play it. But I feel like a lot of people underestimate the complexity of checkers. And checkers is a complex game. I don't know how complex, because I don't know how to play it, but complex nonetheless. What am I drinking? I'm drinking a little bit of a whiskey highball, maybe with some Wild Turkey 101. Yes, sir. No complaints on my behalf. But I do enjoy my chess. My chess is, pretty fun. I enjoy playing. Damn. Yeah. This might be a noob question, but do cigarettes go off/bad? I wouldn't say cigarettes go bad, per se, unless they start molding, which means they're in a far too humid environment, generally speaking. However, cigarettes definitely can go stale. So they can go bad, per se, but they're still smokable even when they are bad, per se. 10 kills on the MP5. Russian A-long again? Should probably rotate. I should definitely rotate. Yeah, that didn't work. I did hit dude for 66 and 4. But yeah, it didn't quite work. Yeah, no surprise that I'm bottom frag, but hey, you know, I will take what I can get. I'll take those 4 kills I have. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tech 9, first round. Tech 9, flashbang. Yep, let's go for it. Let's do it. No complaints. B-rush? No B-rush. Yep, that didn't work. I'm not sure why we pushed A-long, but we did. Also, the Lego skin goes hard. The Lego skin goes crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Lego skin goes mega hard. I love the Lego skin. Nice. One-on-one. Bro's got this. Bro's got this. So my go-to mains in the United States are, right now, the American Spirit Greys, but my favorite American cigarettes are the American Spirit Blacks. Just to answer that question. Ah, man, my nose is running. Oh, I think I'm all good. My nose is running. Tech 9 again. Flashbang again.
This is what we have been working for.
Excuse me. Opinion on American Spirit Blue rolling tobacco. Never had it before, actually. I'll take it. I got a 3K on that. No complaints, baby. Yes, sir. How the heck? How the Tech 9? How the heck 9? We'll take it. No, Tech 9 goated. I'm not gonna lie. I love the Tech 9. We're gonna go AK though, because might as well go AK. Gotta flex the red skin, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. So we got one dude on long. Good shit. Push this shit. Nice. Oh, I have bomb. I have bomb. Dude snuck up on me, I'm not gonna lie. We got Goose right here, Goose the goat. I don't know if Goose is the goat, but we got the Goose over here. Damn, he got me. Got me through the board, but it's too late. They ain't got time. Got him. I got MVP, baby. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No complaints. No complaints. Go AK again. It's kind of expensive, but no, I'm gonna go Galley. I love the Rocket Pop. The Rocket Pop skin is so good. Lorehead, does he know about Goose? I have heard that the... Fuck you. I have heard that that is there for a reason, but I don't know the reason why the Goose is there. Should probably push with the rest of my team. Let's not do that, though. Oh, shit. I didn't even realize that dude was... I should have paid more attention. I shouldn't have rushed so much. Nice! That was clean. Oh, shit. Damn, bro, dude. This dude's popping off with the galley. Holy shit. We're gonna go Galil again. That dude got a 3K with the Galil. God damn, bro. Good shit. Play Counter-Strike in an airport. on a Bluetooth speaker. Play Counter-Strike at the airport on a loudspeaker. If you remember correctly, Goose created the original Counter-Strike mod. Deadass, I didn't know that. Okay, they're pushing long. Yeah, I'm not pushing that way. Excuse me.
Throwing low.
Damn it. That was horrible. That was horrible. That was a horrible play. Too funny. Goose is considered a founding father in the CS lore and given credit for turning it from a mod into a game. Deadass! I didn't know that. Okay, very cool. Well, now I know the Goose lore. Very, very, very cool. Appreciate the information, y'all. Hey, how's it going, Zovo? How's it going, my man? Yo, appreciate the Prime sub, Mr. Kai Bearman. Appreciate the Prime sub, my man. Hope you're having a good one. Yes, I'm using Damn. I was like, shit, I'm really the only person left? Damn it. Excuse me. Tech 9, baby. We're going Tech 9. We're cheaping out this round. This is an eco round. We're going eco round, baby. We're cheaping out. Cheaping out. Smoke mid, go short. I'm gonna go this way. No run boost. Damn. I think I might have hit dude once or twice, but that's about it. Oh, I did hit dude once. Nice, nice. Very cool. I did something. That's what matters. Yo, appreciate the Prime sub, Crime Toad. Appreciate the Prime sub, my man. Appreciate the support. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate the support, my man. Excuse me. I'm buzzed. I'm not gonna lie. I was just sitting here looking at my screen phasing out, and I was like, "Holy shit, I'm buzzed." I was like, "Oh my god." Little bit buzzed right now. Not gonna lie. Hey, yo, appreciate the 100 bits, Mr. Jawsy77. You're saying have a great rest of your night, Jacob and chat. We'll be catching you next Wednesday. And hope to get my hands on some Nanjing smokes from a friend of yours. Hey, hell yeah, man, hell yeah. Hope you enjoy him. Hope you enjoy, my man. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate the 100 bits. Hope you enjoy the Nanjing, maybe Juan Hemmons, if that's what you get your hands on. And hope you have a great week, my man. Yes, sir. Yes, yes. We've got everybody here, though, so... I don't know why I decided to come this way. I should have gone B. He's thinking B too. I'm thinking B. Good shit. I think I kind of fucked us up with this one. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, how's it going, Sino? You're saying, hey man, love your vids, you're gonna try out Deadlock. I actually have tried out Deadlock before. While the VOD is no longer available on Twitch by any means, it is available on my YouTube channel that I do my live streams on. jacobjonesLIVE. I have all my VODs there. I have all of my live stream clips and shorts there and everything like that kind of thing. And I have a couple videos on a couple clipped Deadlock games there from my Deadlock live stream, which of course I do highly recommend checking out if you're interested. I thought that was an enemy real quick, and I was like, wait, that's my own teammate. My bad. Shit, bro. Damn it! Excuse me. They've got time if they have a kit. But, what I was about to say, I can't remember what I was about to say. Yeah, no, they had a kit. I was about to say something. But yeah, no. I enjoyed playing Deadlock. Deadlock was really good. But yeah, I've got the live stream VOD from that stream up on Jacob Jones Live on YouTube. Highly recommend. And I've got like a couple videos up from that stream as well, which I also highly recommend. Excuse me. Excuse me. Burping a little bit. What's my favorite CS2 knife? Oh, man. I will acknowledge, a little bit of a fan of the M9 bayonet. I am also a fan of the butterfly knife. I think the butterfly knife is pretty base too. I shouldn't have done that. Damn, where the fuck? Oh, he was in tunnels. Okay. Yeah. At least the dude didn't get a 5K. It could have been worse. Default knife is pretty base too. Honestly, I'd love to see them come out with like skin versions of the default knife. Because honestly, for both sides, I actually just kind of like the default knife. I think the default knife really suits the T side, and I think the default knife really suits the CT side. So honestly, I'd love to see them come out with a default knife, like, skinned version. Which, that's kind of what the M9 bayonet is for the counter-terrorists, to some degree. But either way, I'd love to see them come out with that. And I'd love to see them come with a butter knife, yes, that as well. I also like the Karambit, though. So I'd have to say favorite knife skins, or favorite knives that you can get skins on. Damn. I knew better than to push, but yeah, didn't quite work. Hey, we tried it. The Fearless Death's 21. That means I died almost every round. Almost every round. That's not very good. Holy shit, how did I gain that much XP off this? That's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Well, we're gonna do another round, of course, though. Favorite Counter-Strike knives, I would say number one probably butterfly knife, then M9 bayonet, and then probably karambit. I would say are probably my favorite knives that you can actually get a skin on. I would say is probably how it goes. Probably how it goes. I'll acknowledge. And I just realized I need to check my trades because some folks last week said they sent me trades, so I want to see if trades were actually sent. Trade offers. Were any trade offers sent? No. Actually, there were trade offers. They both expired today. The trade offers both expired today. That is my bad. I will acknowledge. But yes, the trade offers did expire today. That's my bad. Whoopsies, my bad. my bad. But yeah. Excuse me. Fuck Trip, you're saying you posted an American Spirit Sky review, but I think it got taken down. What's your opinion on the smoke? Just bought a pack. I believe it's still up. I think it's just age restricted, if I remember correctly. That review should be still up. I believe it is just age restricted. So you might have to put in your ID to view it or something like that kind of thing if YouTube believes that your account is not of age to watch that video. I have had some reviews get taken down. The American Spirit Sky review I don't think is one of them, though. But what are my thoughts on that smoke? I'm not a fan. I personally, it's not really my thing. It's too light. Is it a bad quality cigarette? No. Is it kind of a boring tasting cigarette? Yes. Is it far too light for my personal enjoyment? Yes. It is not my thing. I'm not really a big fan of the American Spirit Skies, I'll acknowledge. I'm surprised they're still around, honestly, but I'm glad they are around. It's always good to have more varieties than not, but they're not my thing. And I tried them once, and I'm good having tried them once, I will admit. Yeah. What are my opinion on pigeons? Opinion on pigeons. They're better than seagulls. I prefer pigeons over seagulls. I prefer pigeons over Canadian geese. Other than that, I mean, like, carrier pigeons are cool. I mean, like, pigeons that, like, carry stuff are cool. Racing pigeons are kind of cool. But, like, just pigeons in the city, like New York City pigeons, meh. I mean, like, they're an icon, don't get me wrong, but, like, meh. Like, they're cool. They're okay. But, like, The cardinal is a far better bird. The blue jay is a far better bird. Woodpeckers are far better birds. Bald eagles are far better birds. Hawks are far better birds. Twos are far better birds. Hawk twos are far better birds. I bet y'all didn't think I was going to make a Hawk 2 joke, but, you know, it's been like 2 years since that. It's a completely dead meme. Hawk 2. Yo, are there 2 hawks up there? Holy crap. I had to make a Hawk 2 joke. What can I say? You know what I'm saying? What can I say? Yes, sir. But pigeons, they're okay. I mean, like, they're a solid, like, B tier bird. Like, B or C tier bird. I think it depends on the pigeon. Like, New York City pigeons are, like, high C tier, but, like, carrier pigeons are, like, solid B tier. That's just kind of my perception of pigeons, honestly, I'll acknowledge. Incendiary, high explosive, you stick with the USPS.
Let's go.
Keep going, baby, I'm close. Okay, bro. Okay, all right. We've got another interesting team under the belt. I can say that for sure.
Hard B.
Nigger.
Nigga. How do I mute? I forgot how I mute. I've got to mute. I can't. I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get banned on Twitch. How do I mute? How do I mute? Right click. Okay. No, it's not right click. I don't know how to mute. I don't know how to mute.
Raw milk plus raw honey. Holy high. 1989.
How do you press it on the tab keyboard? Okay, cool. Here we go. Disable all voice comms. There we go. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I can't say that name out loud. Appreciate it, man. We're just gonna leave that off. We're just gonna leave that off for this stream. I don't want to get banned on Twitch. I don't want to get banned on Twitch, so we're just gonna leave that off. Wasn't I the only person to get a kill that round? I think I was, honestly. Nice, nice, good shit, bro, good shit, nice. Very cool. That was the wildest string of noises and words. That was a very wild string of words, yeah. Twitch rules for these kinds of things are pretty lenient. I've heard they are, but I also don't take no risks. I don't take no risks kind of thing.
Come on, chop.
I'll take the galley instead. I don't need an MP9. I'll take the Galil. When you click the name. Okay, good to know. I appreciate the information. YWU Felix. I appreciate the information, my man. Good smoke. I feel like that's a decent smoke. Only if we're, like, at the end of tunnels, though. Where was that at? That was, mid... I'm not sure. I don't know where exactly that was. I didn't even realize bomb was down, I'm not gonna lie. Good shit. Nice. Very cool, very cool. No complaints, no complaints. Yes, sir, yes, sir. And go incendiary, I suppose. Yeah, might as well. They're setting this game somewhere to mute all. You can bind it to a key. Yeah, no. I might have to bind that to a key. Just gonna sit here and chill. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Oh, yep, that didn't work. It is what it is. Should try RuneScape 3. There's 3 RuneScapes. I didn't even know there were 3 RuneScapes, I'll admit. Oh, good shit, bro. Clanky keyboard. My keyboard do be a little bit clicky-clacky, I'm not gonna lie. Bro trying to flex his knife. Bro successfully flexed his knife. Excuse me. MP9, Mag 7. I got $700. We'll go with the Spider Lily. We'll go with this one. Have I played or ever considered playing Tarkov? No, I have not. Suppressing fire! It didn't work. It didn't work. Suppressing fire, it didn't work. It is what it is. Yo, appreciate the Prime sub, Mr. Aubie199. Appreciate the Prime sub, my man. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate the support. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ouch, that hurt. It is what it is. We're kind of on point with that, I'm not gonna lie, but nope, didn't work. Appreciate the Prime sub, my man. Yes, sir. Have I ever considered playing Tarkov, though? No, not really. I've seen clips, but it just doesn't look like a game that personally I would want to play. But definitely an interesting game nonetheless, I will acknowledge. I don't really have enough money to warrant an M4A1S, so I'm gonna go MP9. Yeah, I shouldn't have peeked. I shouldn't have rushed to get the assist or kill. Shouldn't have done that, honestly. Bad move for me. Oh, yeah, bad moves from all of us. That was all a bad play. Damn. How does dude have 14K already? Holy shit. We're only like 6 rounds in, and this dude's got 14K? Oh, my God. Bro's been going pistol every round. Jesus Christ. I respect it, though. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Move it, son. Decoy. Throwing flashbang. Deploying flashbang. Throwing fire. Incendiary. Throwing smoke. Grenade out.
Damn. I didn't think somebody was behind me, too. I got a 1K, I'll take it. Damn. Bet. Alright. What are we thinking? Swag 7. That's how you know you're gonna win. You always are. You're always gonna win with the Swag 7. So I think we go mid with the Swag 7. Mid with the Swag 7. Giza, you're saying you're smoking a classic Palestina right now? Base. Good shit, bro. Good shit. That didn't work. You know, I went mid with the Mag 7 going, yep, this is a good idea. No, it did not work. Did not work. These randoms cannot hold anything for shit, holy. Well, I will acknowledge, I did open up this game and immediately have to mute everything because it was nothing but the N-word being said through audio. So, I can't say I'm terribly surprised. I can't say I'm terribly surprised. Yo, appreciate the Prime sub, Matt Koth. Appreciate the Prime sub, my man. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate the support, Mr. Matt Koth. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Appreciate the support. Good shit. Smart move, honestly. Oh no, bro's going back for it. Bro switched back? I wasn't thinking he was going to do that. Maybe, was it out of ammo? Was the AK out of ammo? I don't know why. An IQ too high. I think my IQ was not high enough to understand what play he was trying to do there. I'm not gonna lie. Never let him know your next move. Nah, for real. For real. I can agree with that. That was hilarious. That was very funny.
Throwing smoke. Throwing a grenade.
Bro's got this shit.
Throwing fire.
I'm just gonna chill here. I'm just gonna chill here.
Smoke.
Get that Negev headshot, bro. That's the sniper of everything. Get that shit, bro. So they planted on B, I imagine, right? Yeah, it didn't work. I got one of them at least. I'm like, I'll take one of them. I'll take it. I'll take it. No complaints. No complaints. Yes, sir. MP5? No, I don't really have enough money to warrant it. We'll go dualies with flashbang. We'll go dualies with the flashbang.
Gear up. We're going in.
Let's get this shit.
Throwing flashbang.
I just got... I lost 1 damage because I got hit with a smoke. Holy shit, that's probably the first time that's ever happened to me, like, ever. That's crazy. I actually lost health because I got hit in the face with a smoke. That's kind of crazy. Holy shit. What? That's nuts. That's my own teammate. I shouldn't be aiming at them. These tunnels. I shouldn't have peeked. I should have waited. I really need to get better. Like, there's some things where I just need to get better about CS with, and one of them is peeking. I definitely just need to get better at being patient and waiting. It's a skill issue. It's a skill issue. This is something I need to get better at, though. It's all about practice. All about learning. That's kind of how it be. Nice. Nice. Good shit. Good shit. Very nice. Very nice. And I'm gonna go for MP9 with an incendiary. Very nice. Just started CS2 and you must have somehow entered a round with only pro players. That's how it feels. I'm not gonna lie. That's how it feels. If you've never played Counter-Strike before and then you get into Counter-Strike, when you're learning how to play it, it feels like everybody is a pro. That's just how it be. Bro, scared. I didn't even realize the rest of my team was dead. I didn't even realize the rest of my team was dead. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Go mid with the SG. Get a 5K. It's not gonna happen, but we gonna try it. We should have our own CS2 game where everyone is super nice and positive. The thing is, if you try to set that up, it's just automatically going to be really negative. Nice. I'm just providing suppressing fire right now. It's good work, boys. Good work. Nice. Yo, appreciate the dono, Ruby. Appreciate the $1.25. Appreciate the dono. Yes, sir. You're saying love your content, bro. Hey, appreciate the kind words. Appreciate the support. Glad to hear you enjoy. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the dono. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tech 9 flashbang? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would say Tech 9 flashbang. No complaints. No complaints. Where are we going, boys? Probably shouldn't have gone this way, but it's okay. Excuse me. How long have you been playing CS for? 10 years. I've got the 10-year badge. It's not a joke, by the way. Doesn't mean I'm good. I am still Silver 1, but I have been playing genuinely for 10 years. Oh, I have bomb. Nice. Good shit. No complaints, no complaints. Let's get another flash gun. We got 2 flashes, baby. Yes, sir. Got any cool skins? I mean, that's a pretty cool skin. No complaints. You know, I got the best knife skin of them all. The default knife. I got the best knife skin of them all. Default knives goated, I'm not gonna lie. They really are quite goated. So absolutely no complaints. Guess I'll watch tunnels. Somebody's probably got to do it, right? Bro's going for it. I'm gonna let bro go for it. Good move, bro. I'm gonna let bro do his thing. Nice. Damn! Where the fuck was bro? I don't even see bro. God damn. What the fuck? Damn, how the fuck did we get wiped? Holy shit, we had like 3 people and then none all of a sudden. Oh my god. I don't even know how the fuck that happened. Holy shit. Yeah, how's it going, Matt? You're saying greetings from Santa Cruz do Sul, aka the Brazilian capital of tobacco. So it is. Recently, my friends and I are really into your Sega reviews on YouTube. Hey, glad to hear you guys are enjoying it. Appreciate the comments, appreciate the support, my man. Hope you're enjoying live stream. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate you stopping by. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What do we think we want to go for this round? Mac 10. Yeah, let's go Mac 10. Mac 10. Pretty based. I'm not voting. There was a vote that came up. I realize you guys can't see it. I did block it. But I've just decided not to vote. Yes, that's not good. That didn't didn't work. I shouldn't have pushed. I should have just stayed there. Bro was gonna push. Bro was gonna get impatient. Should have just stayed there. It's my bad. Eh, oh well. How many hours do you have? I have like a little bit over 200 hours, I think. A little bit over 200 hours in CS. Not many. Not many. But enough to know some of the maps and stuff like that kind of thing.
This is easy. We kill them and then we go home.
Best type of cigarette to smoke during CS games? Unfiltered Lucky Strikes. Those are a good choice, I will acknowledge. And I think that is a very solid pick. What I find funny is that dude literally jumped right in as I was about to shoot. Like, getting the headshot on that specific guy, that was not intentional. My complete goal was to hit the dude in the mid room. That dude just jumped in front of my gun the moment I was trying to shoot the dude. Absolutely hilarious. That was super funny. That's super funny. If Oni Pixel sees that, he'll be very upset. Well, somebody clip it, post it, and get it a couple million views on Twitter. Get that shit moving. Yes, sir. What are you guys doing, bro? What are you guys doing? What are we doing here? Realistically, what are we doing? Yeah. I was kind of expecting that, honestly. Thoughts on the Mazda 3? Considering buying one? Mazda 3s are pretty based. Like, the Mazda Speed 3, awesome. I do love it. I think the new gen Mazda 3 is pretty awesome. Does bro have this? I think the new gen Mazda 3s are pretty awesome. I really like them. I think they're really good. If I was him, I would just go hide. It's 1v1. That's probably what he's done, honestly. I would just go hide, because shit, you just gotta burn out the timer. Damn, dude made a mistake by not just hiding. That was actually pretty good. Yo, it's fucking what's his name? Sheldon's dad. I'm playing on a team with Sheldon's dad right now. Didn't know dude was good at CS. What was I about to say, though? What was I talking about? Mazda 3, yes, Mazda 3. I think the Mazda 3 is pretty based. I really like the Mazda Protege 3, which I think is pretty based. I really like the Mazda Protege. I think that's based. And then ever since it was called the Mazda 3, I think also based. Super cool car, super awesome. Really nice hatchback. Really nice economy hatchback kind of thing. Just a really good car, in my opinion. Mazda Speed 3, awesome. Love it. Now, do your own research, of course. The Mazda 3 is not a perfect car. There have been some generations that have oil burning issues and everything like that. But I think the Mazda 3, pretty epic car. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going that way. I don't know how I killed the dude, but I did. His aim was worse than mine. Yeah. Tried it. I knew exactly where bro was, but I shouldn't have pushed that heavy. I should have just stayed on crouch, honestly. Hey, it is what it is. I hit bro for 25. I feel like that wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It was a pretty bad play, but Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. No complaints. Looking at a 2012 with the Sky Active 2.0 6-speed standard. Hell yeah, get that 6-speed manual. Nice. No, good shit, good shit. Yeah, no. I think that generation, if I remember correctly, does have some minor oil burning stuff going on. Just like keep an eye on that and it's a good car kind of thing. Nah. Based car choice in my opinion. Good shit. Yo, appreciate the prime sub. Saf Chungus, appreciate the prime sub. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate the support. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shit, were the only 2 people alive? God damn. Surprised nobody's rushing to try to get the kill. Should I just save? I could just say fuck it and save, honestly. Fuck it, I might save. I don't stand a chance. Nice. I don't want the op. Bro's got the op. Bro, drop the op! Appreciate it. Bro, this team got some respect. I appreciate that shit. Yo, appreciate the 3-month prime sub, Mr. Swizzle9708. Appreciate the 3-month prime sub, my man. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate the support. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bombs down already? Shit, bro. Appreciate the dono. Appreciate the prime sub, Mr. Swizzle9708. Appreciate the support, my man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Saying, into a future of many more. Hey, appreciate the support, my man. Yes, sir. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate the support, my man. And, appreciate the dono as well, Mr. Bombino Man. Bombino Man. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the dono, my man. You're saying opinion on the 1999 Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Oh, I'm not picking that up. I'm not starting the auto sniper war. 3000 GT SL. Nah, pretty based. Yeah, it didn't work. This is my last game for tonight. Oh, we are at 356. There is a strong possibility that this is my last game of the night. That is a good question. I think I might chat for a little bit after this, but yeah, no, this is probably my last game of the night, I will acknowledge. And we are at match point, so I'm going to buy an AK, go Molly, decoy, flashbang. And I'm going to do decoy over here. I don't have bomb. I am with bomb, though. Bomb is over here. Bomb is pushing mid. Hello. Let me not push when I'm getting flashed. Yep. Bro got the auto sniper. Yup. It is what it is. We've lost this, but hey, you know, you can't win it all. Did we win a single match today? No. But have I had fun playing Counter-Strike? I have. So certainly, no complaints on my behalf. Not at all, not at all. Actually, we might have not lost this. If my teammates can pull this off and get this off the match point, I'll be very impressed. So this guy's got to get a 2K. He's got this shit. He's got this shit. Yeah, no. Hey, you know, It is what it is. We tried. It didn't work out. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Ain't nothing we can do about it. And we got some freebies. We got some freebies, baby. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to have to check what kind of freebies we got. No complaints on my behalf. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 11 competitive wins. That's not very high, I'll acknowledge. Hey, only the biggest ball of moves. Is my W123 a 240D or 300D? It's a 300D turbo diesel, to be precise. Dreams and Nightmare Case? Take that. Ooh, which of these two do I want? I feel like this one is worth, like, nothing. This one's probably worth nothing as well. Can I, like, check Marketplace? I don't know if I can. Gamba? No, I'm not gambling. AO drop? No, keep playing? Nah, I don't think so. I got to piss as well, I'm not going to lie. Do I want the XM skin or the P90 skin? I think I'm going to go with the XM. I'll go with that. Nice. How much is all this worth? Let's check. How much is this worth? Sell on community market. How much is this worth? Let's take a look, baby. That's worth $179. We're going to sell it for $178. 1.70. 190. Damn, bro. Steam fees are up. Steam fees are crazy. Goddamn. There you go. 178. Sell for that. Nice. I don't be gambling. And my XM skin is worth how much? 5 cents. I'm not going to sell. I'm going to keep it. But very nice. Very nice. Very cool. No complaints on my behalf. No complaints. I'm going to make that $50 something after the stream ends, because I got to confirm that with Steam Authenticator on my phone. But absolutely no complaints on my behalf. I think that's all this Counter-Strike that there is for today's stream. Overall, I got to admit, Counter-Strike, you know, we didn't win a single match. In fact, we actually got kicked from a match for team killing. But nonetheless, was it fun playing some Counter-Strike? I will admit it was. Sometimes you win a lot of games, sometimes you don't, and that's just how it goes with Counter-Strikes. That's just how it be, I will acknowledge, and that's how it was tonight. Nonetheless, I had a great time playing some Counter-Strike, so certainly no complaints on my behalf. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir, yes, sir. What's my trade link? You want to give me a little something? All right. You know, I'll go ahead and send over my trade link. Can I remember how to send my inventory? Trade offers. New trade offer? No. Frequently asked questions. No, that's not it either. Trading topics. Who can send me trade offers? Here. No, yep, that's it. Here we go. All right. Trade URL. Trade URL. Copy, paste. There we go. There we go. I'll send it in both chats. And for the next couple minutes, if you guys want to send any trades or anything like that kind of thing, I'll take a look at them on stream. But I got to take a piss, so I'm going to go take a piss real quick. I'll be back in literally 2 minutes. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Hope all y'all had a great quick break, just for a couple minutes, you know what I'm saying? How's it going, Mr. Cass and the Assassin? Appreciate the kind words. Yes, sir. Let's see. I'm just gonna F5. All right, one individual has sent me a trade offer. Mini Panda. Mr. Mini Panda has sent me a trade offer. Let's see if I can get my Steam up real quick on... Here we go. Here's my Steam. There it is. Let's put it over like that. And I'm going to put my webcam right there. There we go. All right, so Mr. Mini Panda has sent me a little bit of a trade offer. So he is offering to trade a little bit of a music kit, which I very much appreciate, and a little bit of a sticker. I like the sticker, I'll acknowledge. The sticker's pretty fire. Now, I know that music kit is worth at least $10. I know that's worth at least $10. So I'm looking at this as a $10 dono right now. That's what I'm looking at this. This is a $10 dono right now. Don't know how much the sticker's worth. I just noticed. Bro's got me smoking in a non-smoking area as his PFP. Holy crap. Holy base profile. Oh my god. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. Bro's got cigarettes as his profile showcase. Beer and more cigarettes. Bro's taking after me. Bro's taking after me. What do I have as my item showcase? Cigarettes, beer. Cigarettes, beer. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bro's got that shit good. 12 years of service, by the way. 12 years on Steam. Just low-key flex there, you know what I'm saying? But good profile. Based-ass profile. Bro's got the smoke right here. Yes, sir. Bro's got the emotes going. Yes, sir. Bro's got all of the items showcased down here. Based. Good shit. Nah, good profile. But how many hours... I appreciate the support, Mr. Mini Panda. I appreciate the support, my man. I gotta admit. Like, I was looking at your profile and I was like, oh yeah. Oh wait. That's me as your profile picture. Oh, that's kind of crazy. And then I was like, beer and cigarettes. Yo, nice kind of thing. And then I scrolled down. I was like, holy shit. That's me. And then that's me again. What the fuck? Holy shit. Oh my god. Yo, I appreciate the support, my man. I appreciate the support. Appreciate the support, Mr. Mini Panda. Glad you enjoy. Glad you enjoy the videos. Glad you enjoy the videos, my man. Appreciate the kind words. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the trade request. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I gotta admit, I gotta get my ad revenue off of these little clips being shown in your profile. So I do think I may accept your trade request. Appreciate the trade request, Mr. Mini Panda. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and confirm trade contents, and let's go ahead and accept this real quick. The items are trade protected for 3 days, so if it gets revoked, hey, you know it is what it is. But I appreciate the trade request, my man, and I will take your very kind donation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate the support, my man. Appreciate the support. And I was hearing one individual say that I need to refresh this. Oh, somebody sent. Oh, wait, hold up. Gotten 2 trade requests. Okay. Sealed graffiti. Keep the change. Oh, okay. A little charm and another little charm. And then there's also a sticker as well. Let's see. The single best sticker in the universe. And there's a YouTube. There's a YouTube video that is telling me why it's the single best sticker. The Great Gilbert Holo. I don't want to get, like, copyrighted, so that's all I'll play, but the music in this video is going off, I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what's going on. This is just Single Craft Gilbert Holo. Wait, is this your own YouTube channel? Is this your own YouTube channel? Oh, it doesn't say. It doesn't say whether this is your own YouTube channel or not. But this video has 702 views. I'm going to assume it is. Nah, that's pretty based. I'm not gonna lie. The build's pretty based. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty based. Yes, sir. Should I accept the Kiert Holo sticker from Stockholm 21? I think I should. I think I should, high key. I think I very well may have to. Appreciate the trade request, my man. I will be accepting this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Based video as well. Hilarious video. Love the music on it. Yes, sir. And we're seeing Mr. Swizzle. He's saying, keep the change. Keep the change. Well, how many hours you got? Should I really keep the change or not? Pretty good Steam profile. I'm not going to lie, my man. Pretty good Steam profile. Hurry kills presence. Worry kills peace. Doubt kills faith. Ego kills love. Now read that right to left. Presence, silk, hurry. Peace, silk. I don't know how to say all that backwards. But yeah. Funny as hell. How many hours bro got in Counter-Strike? Bro got... Oh, he doesn't share his hours. Oh no. Bro don't be sharing his hours. Bro don't be sharing his hours. Oh, he does... Okay, this dude got the global offensive. Okay. No, I'm accepting this. Dude's got the achievement. We're accepting this. Appreciate the trade, my man. Appreciate the trade. Will I be selling those charms? Not immediately, no. I will wait 7 days until I sell those charms. And then I will sell them. I appreciate the donation, my man. I may not actually sell them. I do try to avoid selling very kind gifts from viewers, so it's my goal not to sell them. But if I do, my condolences, and just treat it as a dono. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate this the trade off. Appreciate the dono, my man. Yes, sir. Somebody's saying, holy crap, my man! That's a fuck ton of stickers. I don't even know if I got room for that. Oh my god! Holy what? Oh, bro's trying to get my deagle. Bro's trying to get my deagle, and he's tempting me with the cases. Fever case. How much is that worth? I don't know how much a fever case is worth. I don't know how much that is worth. How much is that worth? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. View in community market. How much is this worth? 88 cents. How much is my deagle skin worth? 223. Nah. No trade except here. Nah, I like my deagle skin. I appreciate the trade offer though, Mr. Chase the Booty. I appreciate the trade offer, but I'm gonna have to decline it. I appreciate the trade offer though. Yes, sir. This is a fuck ton of stickers. I genuinely don't know if I have room in my inventory for this. Holy crap. I genuinely might have to sell some of these because I will genuinely have no room in my inventory if I don't. Should I treat it as a dono? I should probably treat it as a dono. I'm just looking at some of the skins. Like, these go pretty hard. The MP9 skin, I like that skin. That's a good skin. This is a good skin. Never seen this one before. Mockingbird? Oh, there's like 3 MP9 Nexuses. This is honestly kind of base. This is kind of a good skin. And that honestly looks pretty good as well. You should have infinite room. No. Like, I've heard you have to use, like, storage containers, right? Like, at some point, your Counter-Strike inventory fills up and you have to use storage containers. But your storage containers cost money, I think, right? Isn't that how it works? I thought at least. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not exactly sure. That is correct. Okay, I thought so. Yo, Stable Gravity, appreciate the, Yo, wait. Counter-Strike stickers? We're gonna have to check the value of this one before I accept. Maybe it caps at 1,000 items. I have 1,000 item space. Okay, let's check my inventory real quick. I have 3. Okay, I'm actually good. I have 310 items. I think I'm chilling. We're good. Very cool. All right, so what are we thinking? Mr. Mini Panda, you've sent over a lot. I appreciate the trade offer. You have 619.2 hours in Counter-Strike 2, 89.8 in Geometry Dash based. That's pretty based if I do say so myself. Geometry Dash, low-key, I would do a live stream of Geometry Dash, but would I rage? Would I rage quit? It's very possible. It's very possible. I will acknowledge. Should I accept this? No, I'm gonna double check the value of all of these real quick. I'm gonna double check the value of these OG stickers real quick. How much are these? 3 cents. That's what I like to see. Yes, sir. Should I accept the trade? I think I will. I will take you up on your very kind donation, my man. Thank you very much for the very kind dono. Mr. Mini Panda. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate the extremely kind donation, my man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're going to take a look. Oh, my bad. We're going to take a look at, whoa. I'll just dono. Keep it up. Whoa, 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 whoa. How many hours? Because this is like a solid $2 right. This is like a solid $2 right there. Bro's got to have at least 1,000 hours, 2,000 hours in Counter-Strike for me to accept. I appreciate the dono offer. I appreciate the dono offer. But I cannot accept. I said you had to have at least 2,000 hours for me to accept. And so as such, I cannot accept. I appreciate the offer, my man. I appreciate the offer, though. I do appreciate the offer. But I cannot accept. I cannot accept. Had to be at least 2,000 hours. So I've got to decline. But I very much appreciate the thought. I very much do appreciate the thought. But I do have to decline. I do have to. And appreciate the trade request. Appreciate the dono request. Mr. Stable Gravity. We're going to take a look at this. I am going to double check. What is this Glock worth? It's saying on the Steam Marketplace, it is worth. It's loading. It's currently loading. How much is it worth? Factory new. Field tested. Okay. What is this one at? View and inventory. I don't know what it is. They've switched around what the Steam Marketplace looks like. I'm not gonna lie. How the fuck did this one sell for $84? Holy shit, bro. That must have had like a Catawise sticker on it or something. Oh my god. Okay though. Bet. I'm gonna say 5 hours and I will accept this trade. 5 hours. How many hours does Mr. Stable Gravity have on Counter-Strike? 322. Bro's made it. I will accept this trade. I appreciate the dono, my man. I appreciate the dono. Yes, sir. Stable Gravity. Been a long-time fan of the YouTube. Hey, appreciate you stopping by, my man. Appreciate the support. Glad to hear you enjoy the videos, my man. And well, hope you're having a great day. Yes, sir. And, ooh. Lime Hex. I've already accepted enough. Would I accept my friend request? I do apologize, Mr. Mini Panda. I very much appreciate the offer. I just don't accept friend requests, though. I just don't. I keep my Steam profile very private. I will acknowledge I don't accept friend requests. But what I do want to say is that you do have more in your life than you think you have. You don't just have your cat in your life. You have you. Enjoy your life. Have a good time and keep on living and keep on trucking and keep on doing whatever you enjoy doing. Frankly put, life is meant to be enjoyed. And if you're not enjoying life, enjoy your life to the fullest. I will not accept the Steam request, the friend request, but I very much appreciate the offer. I very much appreciate the dono offer. And I hope you're having a great day, my man. I hope you're having an amazing one. And just keep on trucking. Just keep on trucking, my man. That's what I'm saying. Yes, sir. But I will have to decline. But I very much do appreciate the trade request. And we're going to leave it at that for trade requests for today. I very much appreciate all the trade requests, y'all. I very much do appreciate them. I want to acknowledge, thank you so much for all the support. And thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by during today's stream. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching today's stream. Hope you guys have had an amazing one. I know I have had a great time streaming. I know I have had a great time chatting, chilling, drinking a little bit of alcohol, chatting about the Copo Americano earlier on in the stream. Was amazing. Super good time. Loved it. Absolutely no complaints on my behalf. And I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this stream today. Of course, make sure to check out my new poetry book, Poems to Read While Smoking Cigarettes. Link in the description and about page down below. Go check it out if you guys are interested. Available now on Amazon. Go check out my new poetry book, Poems to Read While Smoking Cigarettes. Yes, sir. And, of course, make sure to have a great rest of y'all's day. I do appreciate y'all stopping by. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow if you haven't already. And, well, make sure to have a great one. Yes, sir. Till the next one, y'all. Stay safe in peace and have a great one.